Hey, Shando. Okay, I have one person in here. I'm badly off tonight. I know it's late and people are probably sleeping, but let's wait and see if anybody else is gonna come in. I have one viewer. Oh, okay. Some people are coming in now. I feel a little less bad. Hey, Red Rose. Okay, I got people. I thought y'all would be asleep, but clearly, I hope some of y'all are following this drama like me because I couldn't sleep and yeah, I've just been following it and it's a lot. Hey Andrew, hey Pluto, hey Janice, hey Kino, hey all of y'all. Y'all Mikey says the tea is hot. I don't know. I've been following it for like the past hour or so and I'm like, let me go live and talk to y'all and see what y'all think about this because I get called biased, I get called obsessed and stuff when y'all already know my stance on that woman. But to see her like fighting with yet another rap girl, it's crazy. Like, when are people going to wake up and realize that she is the common denominator? She's the problem. So I'm like, whew, I can't. Sparkle, have you seen what is going on Twitter between Nikki and Latto right now? It started. Okay, I just came on ranting, but let me break down the story for whoever is not aware of what I'm talking about. Okay, it's a lot, but I'm gonna try to condense it in like a couple of minutes. Okay, so the Grammy submissions list came out today apparently, and Nikki had submitted her song "Super Freaky Girl" to the rap categories, and the Grammy like they have like a panel or whatever who decides what categories each song is going to be nominated in or whatever. And they decided, okay, Super Freaky Girl is not a rappy rap song. It classifies more as a pop song. So they put it in the pop categories. Now, Nicki's fans are really angry about that because they're saying they're putting her in categories with people like Adele, people like who else? Like these huge Taylor Swift, huge pop artists who she doesn't stand a chance against them in winning a Grammy. So obviously, putting her in a category like that, she's not going to win. So she had a meltdown, which is something I don't understand because for years she's been saying she doesn't care about the Grammys. The Grammys is rigged, blah blah blah. But yet every year she keeps submitting her music and going on these rants when she doesn't get, nominated or she doesn't win anything. So she went on a whole rant, but she did have a good point. I'll give her that when she said, um, Super Freaky Girl, if it is not classified as a rap song, then Latto's song, Big Energy, shouldn't be classified as a rap song for, Grammy purposes either, because Latto's song got submitted in the rap category and they allowed it, apparently. So she's saying, okay, well, both of them, they have the same producers, they have the same kind of vibe, the same kind of pop kind of, energy about it. It's not like straight street rap like that. It's poppy kinds of songs. So she's saying, okay, well, if they're going to remove her song from the rap category, then they need to remove Lato's song as well. So yeah, and that is what started what is going on Twitter right now. Lato is basically dragging Nikki. Nikki is dragging her back, and it's like yet another beef where Nikki's the common denominator. I'm sorry to make it sound that way, but it's like every new rap girl she gets into it with. It's becoming a pattern at this point. And now Lato is saying basically, um, the issue with Nikki, because she agrees with Nikki that both songs are kind of like more pop songs than rap. So she is agreeing that okay, it's weird that they would classify Nikki's song as a pop song and leave hers in the rap categories. But she's saying she doesn't appreciate how Nikki brought her into the conversation because y'all know once Nikki put that out there, Nikki's fans started attacking Lato. They started dragging her in her comments, telling her she needs to speak up to defend Nikki because she knows this is unfair and blah blah blah. So she's been getting like all this started like this evening. I don't know where your time zones is, but this started like around let's say about 5 o'clock my time. And Latto has been getting dragged by Nicki's fans. So they've been telling her she needs to speak up, she needs to defend Nicki. So she just basically said, um, she didn't respond. She just said, um, it's basically sad that she got nominated for all these awards. She's getting all this recognition and she can't even celebrate it in peace because it has, all this drama surrounding it. Nicki then tweeted something calling her a Karen. Lord, which I don't get because Latto she has one black parent, she has one white parent. So trying to like come for her blackness now and like, paint her as she's not black. This is something Nicki always does. Whenever she gets into an argument with somebody, she weaponizes blackness. She weaponizes their race against them. So now she's trying to paint Latto as this white woman coming for her, this poor defenseless black woman who the industry is just attacking for no reason. And that's how she's trying to paint Latto right now. One thing I will say about Latto, she is defending herself. I haven't seen like Nicki comes after these girls. She does a lot of slick things and nobody says anything. It's like everybody's just so intimidated by her. They're just so afraid of her. And Latto is just like, you know what? You got the right one tonight. So I am living for her responses right now because she's just like, she's standing up for herself. And you don't see a lot of these rap girls standing up to Nicki because they're so afraid of her and they're so afraid of her fans. I don't think they're afraid of her per se. I think because they know that, she has this huge fan base who will, they don't have any, what's the word, like limit to the things that they will do in her name. Like they dox people, they threaten people, they meet up with people in real life to fight and stuff. So people are just like, she has this huge fan base that she maneuvers and she controls and she directs them to do stuff. And people don't want to get on the wrong side of that. So they kind of like, cower. They kind of steer clear. They don't want to be on Nicki's bad side because they don't want her to sick her fan base on them. And then on the other hand, some of them want to use her fan base because it's like, okay, if they get on Nicki's good side, maybe her fans will support them. So it's like this whole game with her fan base at the center of it. And Latto was just like, tonight, she's just like, fuck that. And she is sticking up for herself. So as we speak, this thing is going on. Let me just refresh my Twitter and see if anything new popped off. There's a lot of stuff that went down, y'all. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, wow. Okay, so Latto is still tweeting. And she's basically saying, Nicki, this whole beef started off because of this whole Grammy submission issue. But Latto is saying there's more to it than that because there were things happening behind the scenes. And she's like showing DMs, Nicki showing DMs between the two of them. And you can see where Latto is basically, asking her to do a feature. Nicki's making it look like Latto is mad because she was begging her for a feature and she turned her down or whatever. So she's painting it like Latto is like, was trying to use her for a feature or something. But my thing is, Latto has always said Nicki was her idol. She grew up listening to Nicki. She had a lot of respect for her. So it's not surprising to me to see her asking Nicki for a feature. All these girls want to work with Nicki. They grew up looking up at her. Like, she is like, Latto is 23, I believe, and Nicki is 39. She's 16 years older than Latto. This Latto grew up looking up at her as her like her inspiration, her idol. And now to like get to this stage, get in the industry, get to meet your idol and realize that, wow, this person is a really hateful person. One of the things that Latto tweeted, she said Nicki actually told her on the phone basically that nobody cares about her stupid little song. She's not flourishing and, putting her down like that. And Latto is like, she doesn't understand where all of that came from because she's done nothing but praise Nicki, show her love. I've seen this woman like in interviews talking about, she had a Barbie chain growing up and just showering Nicki with praise for Nicki to start attacking her for no reason. So she's questioning, where did all this come from? Where did all this animosity come from? And everybody's speculating, and I agree, it came from her relationship with Cardi B. That's the only thing I can think of. Latto has always been like very close with Cardi. She's been in Cardi's WAP video. She's always like shouting her out, posting her lyrics, posting her music, but she does that. There was a point she did it for both of them. You can see she was really trying to remain neutral, but Nicki's fans would attack her. They would like every time she posted something, showing Nicki love, Nicki's fans would attack her and be like, "You're trying to use Nicki, you're just trying to use her fan base." So she stopped posting Nicki because the Barbs were like, it was so much hate to deal with from them. So she just said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop posting Nicki altogether. And Nicki had a problem with that because from reading like the DMs between the two of them, she's saying Nicki asked her, how come she didn't congratulate her like when Super Freaky Girl went #1? And I'm like, wow. Let me pause a bit here. I know I'm ranting. Let me pause and read some comments, and y'all can like pitch in on what y'all think about this whole situation. Shiara says, "What are you doing up?" I was just up, you know, watching Netflix, scrolling social media, and then I saw all this shit, and I was like, wow, let me come talk about this. Ian says, the fact this mess is still popping off on Twitter. Yup, it's been going on for a couple hours now. Andrew, I agree. Andrew says, I'm following it. Finally, someone is taking on Nicki. She's a true bully. This is like, I'm kind of scared for Latto. Like, how is this going to affect her career? Because every time somebody, well, I can't say every time because Cardi did take on Nicki and her career flourished after that. So maybe the same will happen with Latto. But I mean, Remy Ma is an example of somebody, going up against Nicki and then like, their hype kind of dying down after everybody kind of turned on her. So we'll see if taking on Nicki like this is going to affect Latto's career negatively or what. But I do have a lot more respect for her. Like I was a bit like I wasn't really a fan. There's a few of her songs that I like, but I wasn't like, I didn't follow her that closely. I wasn't that invested in her music. But after tonight, I'm a fan. I'm sorry. I'm a whole air conditioner at this point. I have a lot of respect for her because it's not Nicki's a powerful woman and she knows it because in those DMs where she's like messaging back and forth with Latto, she's literally telling her, flexing her power like there's nothing that goes on in the industry that I don't know about and blah blah blah. And Nicki is literally like flexing her muscle to this new young girl coming up. Imagine how intimidating that could be. So for somebody like Latto to, especially you grow up with this woman as your role model, your idol, you wanted to be like her. And now having to go up against her like this, I could only imagine what that is doing to her mentally. Because you never think somebody that you grew up looking up to like this, they would be your rival now. And all of this stems from the whole Cardi B situation. There's one DM that Latto showed where Nicki's talking about, she's referring to Megan as was it Bigfoot or something like that? And she's like, she has a problem with these other girls and she's trying to rope Latto into it. And in the DM, Latto is basically telling her, she doesn't care about any of that stuff. She's not here to talk about that. She's just trying to get on a song with her idol. But Nicki's spinning that now to make it look like Latto was just trying to use her for a feature. She was trying to get a feature with somebody she looked up to. You were trying to rope her into your drama with these other girls. It's crazy, and I can't understand how people cannot see that Nicki is the problem. There's been like, if there's been 100 beefs in female rap, Nicki was at the root of 98 of them. Mikey says, girl, that woman is fighting demons. She know that pop song leaving the top 10 next week. She needs to spark controversy to sell. The song actually did pretty well, but you can't even really give it props like that because there were so many antics to get it to #1 and to get it to the top 10. Like there were like 4 or 5 remixes. There was a remix released on the very last day of the tracking week simply to push it to #1. If another female rapper had done that, y'all, they would be dragged. Nikki gets away with so much stuff. Another person would have been dragged for that. They would have been calling them desperate. Like, it's crazy to me that she can do this stuff and then everybody's supposed to celebrate her and congratulate her like if that song went number one organically, and it didn't. Hey, Gladys. Yep, Ian says, notice how so many female rappers look up to Nicki, end up beefing with her. Nicki is the problem. I totally agree. It's not a coincidence at this point. And you know what? There's another female rapper named Chica. She's tweeting about it now. Like, a lot of people are, I've seen a lot of blue check people chiming in. Chica is one of those people, and she's basically saying all of this stems from one person, Nicki. And she's basically saying, um, all of this is it has the female rap industry, heavy, like nobody's having fun anymore. It's just like a constant beef and drama and competition over this stupid crown that Nikki thinks everybody wants to steal from her. Okay, you have this crown, it's yours. Let it go. Let these girls thrive and make their money and enjoy their careers. She's out here bullying it's crazy to me. She has like a 15-year successful career, and she's like solidified her place in the rap industry. She should be secure in what she has done and what her contributions are, and she's not. She's just like another girl being successful. She sees that as taking away from her, and I don't get that. I really don't get it. She's way too successful, way too, what's the word, like iconic, legendary to be out here acting like this. SQ says, Camille, girl, I don't think the Jamaicans at a Nikki stands got you with the obia. Nice to see you back. Yeah, I had a little situation. I had posted about it the other day with flooding in Trinidad. Y'all, it was wild. It was crazy. I had some cleaning up and stuff to do, but it wasn't that bad. And yeah, I survived. I'm not used to being flooded because when I lived where I lived before, that area never flooded. Here it was like there's a river nearby and the entire freaking river like filled up and overflowed. It was crazy. My kids' school was flooded out. But anyway, we're here to talk about drama, not floods, okay? So let's get back to the drama. Um Ooh, Mikey said Cardi needs to change her profile pic to Latto. I would die. Oh my god, I would die with you. Okay? Because when this whole thing was going on between her and JT, that's what Nikki did. So if Cardi did it now, yo, she'd be dragged. People would drag her for it. But Nikki gets to do it, and it's all ha 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 fun and games. It's crazy to me. This is another thing. Like, I know this is an unplanned live. I didn't really gather my thoughts or anything. I just went live, so I'm all over the place. But how I told the story, I condensed it. There's a whole lot more in between. Okay. Hey, Jade is reminding me of one of those things. She says Nikki wants Latto to defend her, but when does Nikki defend Latto? So that was something that Nikki also tweeted, because she was like, okay, well, this whole Grammy submission situation is unfair, and she felt like Latto should have spoken up to defend her because her song is also, a kind of poppy kind of song. And I'm like, I totally agree with what Hey Jade is saying. Like, why? It's not Latto's job to defend you. Latto had a situation with Kodak Black a couple days ago. He was dragging her. I didn't see Nikki speak up to defend her. When Nikki sees these girls going through things, she sits there, she throws shade, she posts like emojis laughing and stuff, and she keeps out of it. But when it's her going through something, she expects all these girls to just rush to her defense. She doesn't owe you that. Latto doesn't owe you a damn thing. And then what Latto is saying is, even if she agreed with Nikki, she's not going to come out and speak on it, because the last time they had like a private conversation, Nikki basically, cussed her out, told her she's nothing or whatever. And why would she come out now to publicly defend you when the last time you all spoke privately, you had all these nasty things to say to her? Why would she come out and speak to defend you now? It's crazy that Nicki would even expect that. You disrespected the woman privately, put her down, told her she's not flourishing, nobody cares about her little songs, and now you want her to come out and speak publicly to defend you? Who does that? It's crazy to me. Kino says, read Latto's last tweet. Let me go refresh my Twitter. Whew. This is some real drama tonight. Ooh, ooh. Okay, Latto says, oh wow. She called Nicki a super freaky grandma. Oh my God. She says, okay, she went there. Latto went there. She says, super freaky grandma and is married and related to effing rapists. You ain't gonna bully me, bitch. My idol turned rival, now you hating. She went there with the whole rapist thing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. In the words of Armand Wiggins, wow, wow, wow. This is crazy to me. Oh my goodness. Let me see what else she tweeted. She says, I'll die on this hill by myself. Everybody ain't lying on you. We see the pattern. Be for real. Yeah, I mean, at some point, people have got to wake up and realize Nicki is the common denominator in all of this. Since she came out in Lil Kim's days to now, she's the common denominator. But wow, Latto really went there with the rapist. Let me go to Nicki's page and see if she responded to that. She did not. I mean, when somebody brings up those rapists, there isn't much you can say after that. So yeah, I think Latto won. I think Latto won tonight. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. I do respect Latto a lot for sticking up for herself because all these girls are so scared. Nikki was calling Coil Ray olive oil and making fun of her like her body type because Coil Ray is very slim, very skinny. And Coil Ray said nothing. All these girls are just like so intimidated by her. And Latto was like, you know what? Not me. So you have to give her props for that. Um, Nikki says, notice a pattern. Oh, okay. You only get called old when you. Oh, this is another thing. Latto basically called her a 40-year-old bully. And she was like, oh, Latto's age shaming me, blah, blah, blah. But when Nikki came out, she was age shaming Lil Kim. She was like, she used to call Lil Kim old and washed up. And now that it's happening to her, she expects people to have sympathy for her. Anyway, Nikki says you only get called old when you pass on their features. I ain't never diss my idols for not giving me a feature. So she's making it out like this whole thing is over a feature. I bowed to Lauryn Hill feet when I met her. Oh wow. So like this is what she expects these girls to do, to come out and bow to her. Feature or no feature, should I call her old now? She's a grandmother and still out rapping you. Wow. Wow. Lazo says the feature was never the problem. You passed on the 2 songs I sent and I still showed love. You're not the only person I've sent songs to that passed. Never took offense. I'm a rapper. Cute way to spin the narrative though. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's trying to make it look like Latto was just mad that Nicki didn't want to get on a song with her. But Nicki released a DM where Latto is basically asking her for a feature. And she's telling Latto she would prefer to get on a song that's already out, that's already having an impact before she gets on it. So I'm like, yo, that sounds like being an opportunist to me. You don't want to get on a fresh new song with her. You want to wait until she already has a song that's already climbing the charts, that's already doing well, so you can hop on it. And she put that out as though that's supposed to make Latto look bad, but it's making her look bad because she's literally admitting that she only wants to do features on songs that are already out and already doing well. Same thing with Whole Lot of Money, Doja Cat with the Say So remix. That's what she does. She like literally, like rides these girls' waves when they already have a big song out. And she put out that message herself. That's crazy to me. Let me read some of these comments. Wow, wow, wow. Latto really took it there. She really took it there. It's crazy. She done mention the husband and the brother. One thing I'm kind of disappointed in is that when these girls are going back and forth with Nikki, like the OGs, the older female hip hop heads, they just sit back and watch. And I feel like people like who, like Missy Elliott, Trina, um, who else I can think of? Maybe not Queen Latifah because she's so like she's not even in music anymore like that. But some of these older, like veterans in the rap industry, they need to speak out to defend these young girls. They built this genre to where it is today, and now they're just sitting by watching Nicki run amok and bullying everybody. Like I really feel like some of them need to speak up to defend some of these new girls that are coming in because they're like, you're supposed to be when you're you know you're more seasoned, you're a veteran in this industry, you're supposed to be looking out for those coming up after you, you're supposed to be mentoring them. And I just feel like some of these veterans, they are just sitting back watching these girls just be bullied and ran over by Nikki, and they're saying nothing about it because even they are intimidated by her. Yep, this was what Latto tweeted, calling her super freaky grandma. Now everybody's saying, oh, she's age shaming Nikki, and I really don't care about that. If it was somebody unproblematic, I would say, okay, well, you didn't need to go there. But Nikki does this to other people all the time. And she's like, the whole race thing. You tried to weaponize this woman being biracial to turn black people against her. You tried to like erase her blackness because she's half black. That's what she tried to do. So if it's okay for you to use her race against her, it's okay for her to use your age against you. That's just the way I see it. Yep, I only saw that. I'm way behind in these comments. Let me scroll down and catch up to where the chat is now. Hey, sweet Ma, long time no see. Tammy says Nikki holds no keys to the industry. Nobody really likes Nikki in the industry. They all know Nikki is rude and bad mind. And this is the thing. Like if y'all go through those DMs that they're posting on Twitter, she's literally like trying to flex her power to intimidate Latto and telling her like stuff like she. Let me find that tweet because I don't want to misquote. She told her something like she sees everything. Did you think I got to where I am by not peeping everything? Do you think I don't know every release schedule at every record label? And she's like, she's saying these things to this young girl. Remember, Latto is like half Nikki's age. And this is somebody who she considered her idol, telling her stuff like this. Could you imagine a 23-year-old? She would probably be reading these messages like trembling, like so afraid. Oh my God, Nikki knows everything. Nikki can do something to hurt my career. Like this is what she's trying to get these girls to believe. And for too long, they've been believing it and letting it slide. It's crazy to me. And I really don't appreciate like Latto messaged her about a feature and she's talking about Megan, calling Megan Bigfoot. Like that your beef with Megan has nothing to do with Latto. Why that is so unprofessional. But that's what she's doing. She's trying to rope all these girls into her beef in order for them to get that feature. So now y'all see all those girls who were on the Super Freaky Girl remix. That makes me believe even more that they all agreed to be, to choose her side in this war that she has going on in order to be on that feature. If Latto had done that, Latto would have gotten the feature too. Nini Space says, I don't want Cardi and Nikki to go back and forth again because what if Nikki brings up Cardi's biggest controversy? What is Cardi going to say? What is Cardi's biggest controversy? Her husband cheated. Okay. What else? She had a court case with the two bartenders. Like all these things are resolved. She decided to stay with her husband. That's her business. What else is Nikki going to say? And then you can't speak about her husband cheating when your husband is a rapist, a registered, a convicted registered sex offender. So it can't be that. What is her biggest controversy? I was just about to cuss this person out for no reason. I just saw the name Shut It, and I thought he was telling me to shut it. So I was just gonna be like, "You shut it," and then I realized that was his name. Shut It says Nikki a hater. Didn't she praise and diss Lil Kim at the same time? Nikki's just getting her karma. Yeah, and Lil Kim said it years ago. She said, "You will see, you will see." When they questioned her in an interview, like they tried to make Lil Kim seem like she was, the instigator. Like she was bitter because this new girl came out and was more successful than her and blah blah blah, and that's the image they tried to paint for Lil Kim. But Nikki came out attacking this woman, calling her old, calling her washed up, saying stuff like um go pick my grapes, or stuff like that, just little things, picking at her, picking at her, picking at her. And then when she responded, they painted her as the bitter one. So Lil Kim just like, you know what? I'm not gonna speak on it anymore. Whatever. Time will tell, you all will see. And so said, so done. We're seeing now. We're seeing now. Lil Kim has lived to see this thing come full circle. Kino says Jamaicans don't claim Nikki as Una think. Listen, I saw um the song, I don't recall the name of it, where she had like a bunch of Spice was on it. She had a bunch of artists, and there were two Trinidadian artists on it. And when the song dropped, y'all, I was in the middle of this whole flooding situation in Trinidad, and I got DMs on Instagram from Bobs telling me, because they know I'm Trinidadian, they know I don't like her, they know I always speak that, she said in the past some very, ignorant things about the country. And I've always said she's not Trini like that. She acts more Jamaican. She's never supported Trinidad like that. She only supports us conveniently. Like when she came to she made that donation to the girls' school, and everybody was like praising her. Oh, she made this donation. She loves Trinidad so much, blah, blah, blah. But then everybody left out that she came with a whole camera crew to film it for a documentary. Had she not been doing that documentary, I really do not believe that she would have done that, because she had never done anything like that here before. If she was, excuse me, if she was consistent with it, like Rihanna is in Barbados, I would say, okay, well, it's just Nikki. No, nobody would have a problem if Rihanna went to her country and filmed for a documentary like that, because she's consistent with her support. But Nikki has never done anything like that here. And the one time she did it, she brought a whole camera crew to film it to make herself look charitable for a documentary. Like, come on. So Bobs were messaging me on Instagram telling me I need to apologize because she just did a feature with two Trinidadian artists. She's like, helping, local artists get recognition, blah, blah, blah. And I'm here sitting in the middle of a flood, like, what the fuck do I care? Why should I care about this? But now that, the moment has passed, my whole thought on that situation is I don't feel like it was genuine. Nikki she's in the 15th year of her career, and she has never worked with a Trinidadian artist. But it took Cardi coming out, it took all these girls coming out, this whole war going on. Now she wants to use Trinidad to get this country on her side in her beef that she has going on. Because what I noticed, I listened to the song, there's a part of it where she's like saying, Trinidad, stand up. Like she's rallying us, like she's rallying the country to support her or whatever. And I'm like, nobody's standing up, Nikki. Nobody's standing up. Half of us are like drowning in floods right now. Nobody has this song on their minds. This is the last thing on our minds right now. No, but seriously, I just feel like the timing, if it was genuine, it would have been done a long time ago, and it would have been done, you know, not with nine, well, 10, because there's a guy on the song as well, not with 10 people jumbled up onto one song that doesn't even mesh right together. You're hearing like dancehall, soca, rap. There's a slow kind of like R&B part of it, and I'm like, this is just a mess. She jammed all these people together so she could say, hey, look at me, I worked with all these people, I support women. If it was genuine, like she genuinely wanted to support Trinidad artists, why not do a proper song with them? Like, okay, I would get if you had Destra and Patrice on a song with you. Do a little video, give them the full Nicki Minaj experience. Not just throw 10 people together on a song, jumbled up, just so you can say, hey, I worked with them. Because I feel like y'all, Destra and Patrice, those were the two local artists that she had on that song. They are like, I mean, we're a small country. They're not as known outside of Trinidad, but within Trinidad, they are like soca royalty. Actually, they call Dastra the queen of Bacchanal in Trinidad. So they're like huge soca artists, popular here. Even though outside of Trinidad, they might not be known, they're popular here. And I feel like if you truly wanted to, give them that platform to, get to that next level for people to really get to know them, then you should have done a proper song with them. This was just like so rushed and jumbled. Nobody's hearing Destra's true potential on that song. Nobody's hearing what Patrice really has to offer in that song. So, yeah, I just feel like if it was really genuine, it would have been done in a better manner than that, and it would not have been 10 people jumbled on one song. Somebody says, what happened with Latto? Boy, you will have to rewind. I'm not going through all that again. Okay, I am not going through all that again. Long story short, Latto just basically said, Nikki, you're married to a rapist. Okay, that's that's the most I can say, because that's the funniest part of it all. Um, yeah, that's a good point. Like, she drags the Grammys year after year. She says they're unfair, they're rigged, they're like, paid for, blah blah blah, and yet she still keeps wanting one. If it's such a, like, you have no respect for the Grammys as an institution, you don't think it holds any weight, why do you keep submitting your music? Just to keep having these same arguments and drama year after year. Hey Paula. I don't think that was real. I think that was a troll. I really don't think that was real. Ooh, I have not gotten like down into the Twitter comments, but I know it's probably in shambles. I know after that last tweet where Latto went for like the jugular, I know those comments are in shambles. Okay, she posted again. Let me see. She says, oh well, Nikki's basically, Nikki's playbook. Whenever she attacks these girls, she has like five things she always attacks them with. She goes for their looks. She did that with Latto. She goes for their um. She says they don't write. That's probably the first thing she does. She tries to discredit like their talent by saying they have ghostwriters, they don't write their own music. She just did that with Latto. She says they use payola. What else? She says there's like a list of things she uses to discredit these girls whenever she gets it. Oh, she goes like um she goes for their album sales. She's telling Latto she's only mad because her album sold 20,000 copies, blah blah blah. So she goes for numbers and sales. She goes for their looks. She goes for their writing ability. Latto just responded to her tweet where she said she has reference tracks from ghostwriters, blah blah blah. She says, I'll post them my goddamn self. They'll all tell you I write too. I heard a few of your refs before they came out too, boo. You forgot we all collab with the same writers. So Latto is now exposing Nikki for having writers, which is huge because Nikki has denied for years. She's always said she writes everything herself. Everything. She's never had help. She's never, people have said Safari wrote for her. She's always denied that. So now Latto is saying she collabed with the same writers Nikki has. Difference is, I don't deny it. The world seen me writing since 16 on national TV though. So she's trying to use that same thing, like she discredited Cardi, having people thinking like Cardi doesn't write her own music. And now she's trying to do the same thing to Latto. And Latto is like, oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't. I would, is this going to end up in like a diss track? Like if Latto releases a Sheetha Part 2, I will simply die. I will die. Yeah, and Latto has been so unproblematic. You're never seeing her in drama and stuff. Like she just keeps to herself. She's touring with Lizzo now, I believe. She's about her money. She's not about all this drama. So to see her in this, something had to really trigger her because she's not like if you see somebody like Cardi B in drama like this, you're like, okay, it's just Cardi B going off again because you're used to her doing that by now. Latto, this is completely out of character for her. She tries to make it look like, everybody wants to use her for a feature. I don't think they're not trying to use you. You are who they grew up looking up to. Of course they want to work with you. She's seeing it as, they just want to use her, but actually she's the one using them because if you can tell this girl that you will only get on a song of hers if it's already doing well, it's already charting, it's already doing numbers, that's you trying to ride her wave, not the other way around. That's the word. She's an opportunist. That's what she does. She's popping on songs that are already popular. This is another thing like I can compare to Cardi B because with this Glorilla song, FNF, that was the more popular song. That was already charting. Everybody was talking about it. It would have made more sense for Cardi B to jump on that one. She jumped on the one that was not charting, the one that wasn't as popular. And she made it as popular because I had never heard that song before the remix came out. Somebody like Nicki would have done the FNF remix because she wants to hop on songs that are already doing numbers so she can take credit for the numbers that it's doing. That's what she does. I don't know, like sometimes I know I'm way too invested in this beef. I am just like I'm a female rap fan and I follow this stuff and sometimes I wonder like how are people not seeing, is it that it's her fan base is like a cult. They have like this cult mentality where she can do no wrong. They literally believe that this woman is God. And sometimes I see these things, I'm like, how are y'all not seeing this? At some point, you have to realize that this woman is the root of all these problems. As much you can support somebody and still hold them accountable, you can still call them out when they're wrong. Nobody's saying, okay, by saying, okay, Nikki, you're wrong in this situation, that you have to hate her, you have to unstand her, you have to stop supporting her or anything like that. You can still be a supporter, you can still be a fan, but acknowledge in situations when she's clearly in the wrong. And it's like they're incapable of doing that. That's crazy to me. because they don't mess with her like that. Like I realize, look at what happened with Missy Elliott. When Missy Elliott congratulated her, she responded by shading her, saying something like, mumbling and cackling. Like this whole her spirit is just, she has this nasty spirit. Nobody wants to deal with that. So if that's the response that Missy Elliott got from simply congratulating her, why would other OGs want to speak up? Why would they want to congratulate her on anything? Now they're thinking, okay, she's just gonna come for me too. And people are just like keeping their distance. Sweetma says, hey Camille, you pop up and disappear. I do. I do. I'm like a ninja, okay? I just like 1 minute I'm here, next minute I'm gone for weeks. But yeah. I'm trying to be a little more um consistent on YouTube. I lost my monetization, so I'm trying to get my watch hours back up so I can get it back. I'm trying to you know, really utilize YouTube as an income earning platform because I did make a good bit when I was on here before. I'm trying to get that started back up, but sometimes I just I don't have the time, and then I'm like, you get so discouraged when you put a lot of time and effort into a video and then barely anybody watches it. But I'm trying. I'm trying. Hopefully by the end of the year I will be on more consistently. This is a very good point as well. She always comes for people's race. She tries to weaponize blackness when it comes to, like people who are lighter skinned, people who are biracial, but she's biracial herself. She just has a darker skin tone, but she's also a biracial woman. I remember when she had this whole argument where she told Cardi B, um Cardi came into her culture. Rap is her culture. And I'm like, but isn't rap an American thing? Cardi B is an American by birth. Nicki is a Trinidadian born immigrant. So rap is more Cardi B's culture than hers. So it's like she says these things, and it's so she doesn't see the contradiction in it. Yeah, I did see this. She's crying now that Latto age shamed her, but she's saying what I saw something like no, I think what I saw was Latto doing it first because Nikki had responded saying she looked like 35. Latto is 23, but she said she looks like 35, which is a lie. Latto is damn fine. If I could look like that at 35, yeah, I'd take it, okay? I don't know why she has this obsession with, you know, coming for people's looks. She does it with everybody. Like if you are beefing with somebody and all you can talk about is, you're ugly, you're botched, you had surgery, you look like 35, like it tells me you don't have any substance in whatever you're arguing about because you should be able to defend whatever you're saying without having to go that low. So when she went for Latto's looks, that's what I'm saying. I have no problem with Latto going for her husband at this point. You took it there. What's this saying? If you go low, I'll go to hell. Well, Latto went to hell. Nikki's going out sad. And everything when that beef happened between her and Cardi B back in 2018, and Cardi B went on this rant and she was like, that whole video, y'all, if y'all pull up that video and listen to everything that Cardi B was saying back then, that's what's happening now. She literally predicted it. She's like, you're when she talked about Nicki hopping on people's remixes, boom, Nicki proved that tonight. When she talked about, ruining her legacy, looking like a hater, that is what is going on. You are this icon, 15 years, the most successful female rapper, and you are ruining all of that because you just can't accept that you are not the only one winning anymore. I wish I was that rich and successful and care what these new girls are doing. I would be on an island eating like passion fruits and shit under an umbrella, getting fanned. That's what I would be doing with my rich, successful self. I would not care what these other girls are doing. She really feels like, yo, it's like she's been the only successful mainstream rapper, female rapper for so long. She got comfortable in that, and she feels like, you know, she she owns the industry. So now that all these girls are coming in and they're being successful without her help, without her co-sign, she just can't accept that, because she went for so long thinking that the industry was hers, and she decides what happens. She decides who gets to have a career. She decides who's successful. And now these girls are showing her, no, you don't. And she can't handle it. Crazy. Pinky Bianca says Sifa Songs just did a podcast talking about Nikki being a prime example of who you see on your way up, you see on your way down. True. True. Lil Kim is like the perfect example of that. Nikki like basically pulled her down on her way to the top. And now that she's like, all this drama surrounding her, and it's just like a huge stain on her legacy, Lil Kim is right there to witness it. This is a really good point too. She's putting out all these DMs thinking that it's making Latto look bad, but it's making her look bad. Like, why are you keeping up with when everybody else is dropping? Do you? Why are you keeping tabs on these girls? She's just exposing like her obsession with everybody else. This is another thing too, like the whole writing argument is just ridiculous to me, because if I am a musician, I want to hear other people's feedback. I want tips to improve, because you can't, if you're just existing in like your own space where only your ideas are like, what comes to the table. Everything is you. How can you be creative if you are not getting feedback from anybody? Nobody has like the opportunity to listen and say, okay, well, no, tweak this, change a line here, okay, maybe this would sound better this way. Like, you are so egotistical to think that you are so perfect, that everything you write, every song you make is perfect. You don't need any feedback, you don't need any help, nothing. Everything is just completely perfect with your ideas alone. I no, no. I do not think there's anything wrong with an artist getting help, because at the end of the day, you want to create the best song that the public can enjoy. Music is for us. Music is for us to enjoy. Nikki sees it as like a competition. She sucks all the fun out of it. But the public wants good music that they can listen to in clubs and dance to. And if there's a team of people that can come together to create the best song possible for the public to enjoy, that's what they should be doing. I just feel like, okay, so Sin is saying, I would love to see a song with Cardi, with Latto, and Glorilla, featuring Lil Kim, Foxy, Trina, Remy, like a whole girl song similar to Ladies Night. Cardi B has spoken about wanting to do that for years. And then boom, Nicki ran and put a whole bunch of girls on this super freaky girl remix. It's like she wanted to beat her to it. But then that was a remix of her song. That was not an original song, with all these girls coming together to do an original song. It was just a remix to help keep her song charting. So I don't even think that counts. But Cardi B has always spoken about wanting to do something like this, and I do think something like that is in the works. I think like it's inevitable. It's coming. And it's needed, because it's like, it would show like a united front, kind of like between the OGs and the new girls, and showing people that female rap doesn't have to be this adversarial kind of thing. It doesn't have to be this drama competitive kind of thing. I think a song like this, Sin, is needed at this point in time. Which is weird. Like I just saw Lizzo got a HBO Max documentary, so it's weird that they would pick up Lizzo and they wouldn't pick up Nicki. Something is going on with that documentary. I think there's something in it, like the content that these networks don't want to like be associated with, because Nicki's a huge artist, like, and she has this huge fan base who will watch and support her documentary. So it can't be they're worried that it's not going to get the views or support or whatever people are going to watch. There has to be something in it, in the content, that these networks are like, okay, no, we don't want any part of that. It's weird because look, like Netflix has done documentaries on every damn body. And you mean to tell me somebody as huge as Nicki, Netflix is not picking up hers? That just tells me there is something in it that is so controversial that these networks do not want to be attached to it. At this point, she might as well just release it on YouTube. But it either has something to do with her husband, how she's portraying him. I don't know, or something to do with Cardi B, where these networks probably feel like it's not fair. I don't know what it is. I'm just speculating, but there is something in that documentary that is causing these networks to not want to run it. Okay, I know I'm way behind in these comments. Let me refresh my Twitter and see what's going on because people are saying it's still going on. Whoa. I'm reading comments. I'm not seeing. I'm seeing Cardi B's fan page body updates posting JT after realizing she chose the wrong side. And it's so true. It's so true. Like, how are people, like all those girls that Nicki put on that Freaky Girl remix, how are they feeling looking on at this now? Like, can they, you can't lie to yourself and say, okay, Latto is in the wrong. They're seeing this and they're knowing, okay, Nicki is she's crazy, but they've already publicly chosen a side and they can't go back on it now. So they just have to sit there and act like everything is all good. I can imagine JT sitting back right now looking at this like, oh my God, how do I detach myself from Nicki at this point? But she can't. She's too deep in it already and she doesn't want to look stupid. But they know, I'm sure they see it and they're like, yeah. Oh, whoa. Chica is going off as well. Oh my God, Chica took it there. Everybody is going off on this rapist thing tonight. So somebody, a Nicki Minaj fan, because they have Minaj in their handle, said y'all could just log off and shut the fuck up, but you chose to join someone else's fight that has nothing to do with you. No matter what, she's replying to Chica. She says, no matter what you say about Nicki, it will not change the position. She sleep in her king-size bed in her mansion tonight. And Chica responded and said, next to a convicted rapist. I can't. I can't. I cannot. I am unable to can. Y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, these people have been waiting to pull out that rapist card. Let me go to Latto's page and see what she's saying. The tea is hot. Okay, Latto has not posted since the last tweet, so it seems like she finally went to bed. Oh my goodness. So Nicki is, let's see, Nicki's tweeting about Latto coming for her husband. She says, one, you didn't care about rape when, she didn't care about rape when she was begging for features. She didn't care about Kodak's past, didn't care about the accusations made about Dr. Luke, who produced Big Energy. Newsflash, scratch off. I've never raped anyone. I've inspired millions. You're one of them, bozo. Then she says, y'all keep letting these bozos weaponize the word rape. But that's what she does with race. So it's like, even if she has a point, it's the right message coming from the wrong messenger. Because you're calling out people for weaponizing certain things, but then you turn around and you weaponize certain things too. So it's like all of y'all are hypocrites. I can't even take her seriously. She says, y'all keep letting these bozos weaponize the word rape when they're being dragged and not holding them accountable for not actually caring about rape victims in real life. They have the same two drags about me, and one of them ain't even about me. That's how you know when you that bitch. Okay, yeah, no. Then she says, scratch off, get your dumb ass to the mic right now. Explain this shit. Since you just became a rape activist in the last 5 minutes, ho, you better have a good explanation for this shit. Right the fuck now. This better be a typo. I can't see the tweet that she posted something, but the person deleted it. So I don't know what that was in relation to. Apparently it's something Latto had probably posted and somebody reposted it and the tweet is deleted now. So I can't even see what it was. But yeah. But I mean, Nikki has to expect when she keeps attacking these girls, she's saying stuff about their bodies, about their looks. She's hitting below the belt. They're gonna go low too. And the lowest they can go is come for the fact that you married who you married. So I don't even blame them for doing it. I do not care. I feel no sympathy. Because you can't do it to them and then complain about them doing stuff to you. But yeah, Chica is going off about that rapist situation too. I can't believe the girl said at the end of the day, y'all can say what you want about Nikki. She's still sleeping comfortable in her queen size bed in her mansion. And Chica said, yeah, next to a rapist. I can't. I know it's not funny, but it is kind of. People are literally fighting back. I love to see it. Um Somebody says Nikki just tweeted false information given to her by the Bobs about Latto's parents. I didn't see that, so she probably deleted it. I don't know. I know I'm missing a lot of the tea. You will have to fill me in on that because I'm not seeing anything like that on her page. Oh, so there's this rapper. I'm not familiar with him named NLE Chopper. And he's like, he jumped in throwing shade at Nikki, saying, when he becomes an OG, he's not going to hate on the ones coming up. He's not going to act like that. And, it's clear shade towards her. She responded by posting DMs from him where he's asking her for a feature. So she's trying to say everybody who's speaking out against her at some point wanted a feature from her. And all of them are attacking her because she said no. That's what she's trying to make it look like. It can't be everybody is the problem. It just can't. What did she say about Latto's parents? I didn't see that one. I think I agree with this too. I feel like she she leaves herself open to be disrespected because she demands that people respect her. Like respect shouldn't be demanded or expected. People should give it freely. If y'all understand what I'm trying to say, like when you have to like bully people, demand that people respect you, praise you, worship you, bow down to you, then people start thinking, okay, well, who the hell are you for me to have to do all of this? And she keeps using this example of Lauryn Hill, saying she bowed to Lauryn Hill, she bowed at her feet, blah, blah, blah. You did that willingly, because you respected her on your own to want to do that. She didn't have to come out screaming, I'm the queen, bow to me. Y'all are my sons, blah, blah, blah. And that's the difference. And she doesn't seem to get that. She's just like, well, I bowed to Lauryn Hill. So she's expecting everybody to bow to her. If people want to bow to you, they will do it willingly because they respect you that much. But when you have to literally demand this kind of reaction from people, that's crazy. And I'm sure I'm going to see, by tomorrow, you'll see like her favorite blog spinning this whole situation. Black Tea Blog will have a headline with like, Latto attacks Nicki Minaj, drags her husband for no reason. Y'all know she's dramatic. And it's like, I don't understand how time after time after time, her fans sit there and they see these things going on and they just blame everybody else. Every time it happens, it's always somebody else's fault. Whatever Kool-Aid those people drank, I don't want none of that shit near me. Because that's a cult. That is a full-blown modern day 21st century cult that Nicki's operating. Kira says it was supposed to be about Latto dad being older, getting her mom pregnant at like 16 or something. So that was the tweet. So okay, so she's saying Latto throwing shade at her husband being a rapist when her father was older than her mother and her mother was underage when she got pregnant with her. That's some tea, like yeah. that's a good comeback. I'll give Nikki that one. Like you can't speak about like that statutory rape situation when you're your own parents. Yeah, Latto should have thought about that. You can't talk about these things if you have skeletons in your own closet or your family have their own skeletons because that's gonna come out. So before she came, you need somebody who like can really speak on the situation and throw shade at Nikki's husband without it coming back to haunt them is somebody who has a clean history, who has no skeletons in their closet. You need somebody, and I don't think there's anybody like that. Cardi B can't do it because when she does, everybody brings up, well, your husband cheated on you. So it's like, who has a clean background who can fully ventilate that situation without anything being brought up to throw in their face? But still, even that situation before, let's take the whole rape thing out of it. Latto made some very, very good points tonight. She highlighted a lot of what people have already suspected, that Nicki's trying to like bully these girls into picking sides between her and Cardi B. She's like confirmed that Nicki hops on songs that are already doing well. She's just trying to ride these girls' waves. So a lot of the stuff that came out tonight was stuff that, people have already been speculating, but it was confirmed for a fact now. And she still has my respect for, actually putting an at on it, because that's what Nicki does. She would like throw shade constantly on Twitter, taking shots. And then when you call her out, she's like, she denies that it was about you. That's what she did Latto tonight. She's like, that wasn't even about you, but everybody could clearly see that was about her. And that's why Cardi B refuses to respond to her directly until she directly puts an at on whatever she's saying, because she's like, you're constantly jabbing, taking jabs at her, but you're not directly calling her name. So why should she, bother to respond to you, so that when she responds, so you can just say, okay, well, that wasn't even about you, and then have you looking crazy. No. Confirmation Queen says the post was saying Latto's dad is 60, her mom is 39. So she had Latto at 16, 17. So her dad was about 30. But the gag is it wasn't against the mom's will and it didn't end up in a case. I don't know, that's pretty bad. 60 to 39. Yeah, that's a pretty bad situation too. I mean, yes, it's probably like uh where I don't know what the laws are wherever this took place. Maybe it was above the age of consent, and that was, back in the day, things like that happened. I think it's a pretty gross situation myself. So maybe Lato should not have spoken about Nikki's husband when she knew that she had a parental situation like that. So yeah, that's pretty bad too. See, when you are taking these jabs at people, you have to make sure that you have nothing that can be brought up to throw back in your face. Kino says they deleted the tweet because it was false information about Lato's parents and it makes Nikki look stupid. So I don't know. I'm confused now because when I went to her Twitter, I saw her tweet, but the tweet she was quoting was deleted. So people are saying now that it's not true. Is it true or not? Like this whole thing about Lato's father being 60 and her mother being 39, blah blah blah. Is it true or not? Let me Google it if I see anything about her parents. I know her mother has to be pretty young because she did a tweet earlier saying that Nikki's older than her mother. And if Lato is 23, Nikki's 39, they're 16 years apart. If Nikki's older than her mother, that means her mother is at least 38. She has to be younger than Nikki. So she would have had Lato when she was like 15, 16. She would have had to be pretty young. I'm trying to look up her parents, but I'm not getting much information on them, like how old they are or anything. I'm just seeing their names. But is it true or not? I can't figure out if it's true. Google is not telling me anything about these people. So somebody will let me know if they find out if that's true. Carrie Bradshaw says Nikki got a song with Dr. Luke and asked Kodak for a song. I guess the point she's trying to make is that, these are people who also have rape accusations and stuff hanging over their heads. So for Latto to bring up her husband when Latto has worked with these people and she didn't have a problem with the rape allegations surrounding them, it is a bit hypocritical. So like I said, like if you're gonna bring up things like that, make sure that your hands are clean and there's nothing that people could bring up to throw in your face. Yeah, overall, like Nikki made some points. Like if this was like a boxing match, Nikki got a few hits in, but Latto like won. Okay, she got the KO. She got the KO tonight. Hey, Jade said, how Nikki know that NLE tweet was about her when he didn't say her name? Well, I mean, everybody could see it was about her. He tweeted it in the middle of this drama, and everything applies. It applies perfectly to her. So, yeah. I'm just very glad that, some industry people are seeing things and they're speaking about it, because everybody just, like, he's not the only one thinking like that. I am sure there are so many other people seeing this thing, and they're just like, they want to say something but they're too scared because she's a powerful, intimidating person. I saw there's been like a couple people over the past week or so tweeting, little shady stuff, making it clear what side they are on in this whole thing. Like, I saw Shensia tweeting, she's glad she doesn't kiss ass. That was right after, Spice was doing a lot of ass kissing after that remix she was on. And Shensia tweeted, she's glad she doesn't kiss ass. Bobs were dragging her. I saw was it Young Miami also tweeted something like that about not kissing ass, and then she deleted it. And a lot of people are kind of like slowly but surely, speaking up in little ways. Sweet Ma says now she's praising Lil Baby because he shouted her out in a song. Nicki so immature. Okay, woohoo. Who cares? I cannot even I can't name a Lil Baby song. I've never really followed him like that. I'm not a male rap fan on a whole, so I don't know much of the male rappers and their music. Um, there's a couple that I follow that I really like Roddy Rich, um, Eminem back in the day. But a lot of these newer male rappers, I really do not know of them. I don't know their music. So Lil Baby is like, I can't relate to this at all. I don't know what a shout out from him, you know, what kind of weight it has, because I don't really know much about him. But if that's what, you know, makes her feel validated, woohoo, kudos to her. RJ says people always trying to come for Nikki and gets mad when she speaks up. But this whole thing tonight, nobody came for her. She started it with this whole Grammys thing. She started it. And it's like, I cannot understand how y'all just keep making excuses for her. But I'm not here to try to convince anybody, okay? Y'all carry on if you're, being in that cult is what floats your boat. More power to you. Denise says Armin is going to run amok tomorrow. He is. I cannot wait to see. This was kind of vile too. I saw that when I think I had spoken about this on the last live, when PMB Rock's girlfriend Nikki had posted that, she posting their location is what got him killed, and then and everybody was piling on this woman. Imagine you just lost your partner, the father of your children, and a huge celebrity goes to her platform to blame you for it. You're already dealing with this loss, and then you have to see this, and then people piling on you, blaming you for getting him killed. And then it comes out that it wasn't that got him killed. The people who killed him were already at the location. It wasn't because of her posting anything. And Nikki has never come out to apologize to that woman. I don't even think she removed the tweet. That was just crazy. Yet again, her fans are going to find some way to excuse this and say, well, she did have a point and blah, blah, blah. And they will never hold her accountable for anything. Skeptical MB says, Camille, sorry if you answered this already, but are you going to leave this live up? Probably not, but if you just save the link, I will put it unlisted. So if you have the link, you can always come back and watch it, but I probably won't leave it public. Maybe I'll do a video, like a comprehensive video breaking down this whole thing over the weekend when I'm free. That will actually stay up, but I always take down my lives. But I'll leave it unlisted, so y'all can just save the link and come back to it later. So everybody's saying the information about Latto's parents was false. But Latto's mom did have to have her underage, because if she's saying Nikki's older than her mother, and Nikki's only 16 years older than her mother had to have had her young, pretty young. Now this is a whole damn lie. Latto is not ugly. Wow, y'all just call anybody ugly. If that's ugly, I want to be ugly too. RJ, now this is the thing. Nikki, what I said at the beginning of this live, Nikki does have a point about the whole um pop rap category thing. Like if you are going to say my song is not rap, then the same should apply to Big Energy because the songs are similar. I agree with that. Nobody's saying she's wrong in that. But she took it. Apparently, Latto had texted her privately. They were talking about this whole situation privately. She took it to Twitter. Nikki brought that text message to Twitter, and that is what started this whole drama between her and Latto now. And all because she felt like Latto should have spoken up to defend her in the Grammy situation. And all Latto was saying is, why would I speak up to defend you when we're basically beefing? You told me that I'm nothing, I'm not flourishing, nobody cares about me and my music, the last conversation we had. So why now would I get on my platform and publicly defend you when you know we're not on good terms? That's all she was trying to say. It's not that she doesn't agree with Nikki. It's not that she's saying, okay, Nikki is just like, hating on her because she got her song submitted in a rap category or whatever. Everybody's agreeing. Most people I've seen, most reasonable people are agreeing that it is weird that these two songs are both poppy kind of songs, and one is being submitted in rap and one is being submitted in pop. It is strange. Nobody's disputing that. What we're disputing is, why are you expecting Latto to speak up on your behalf when behind the scenes y'all are beefing? So I just don't understand how this is a misunderstanding on Latto's part. I don't understand how this is her fault. I don't understand any of that. Nikki started this. And even in that message, Latto is telling her, yes, I agree with you. But considering where we left off, basically, you know, we didn't, the last conversation we had, we weren't on good terms. Leave my name out of your mouth. Like, why are you bringing me up in this shit? I don't think they ever will wake up, Frost Empress. I think they are just like conditioned at this point. It's like, I don't know. The only word I can find to describe it is a cult. They are a cult. And when I say that, I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm saying it because I truly believe these people have a cult mentality. They're never going to wake up. Now, I have a niece. She is 21. She just turned 21. She used to consider herself a die-hard Bob, and I consider myself a die-hard body gang. So y'all can imagine the dynamics between the two of us when we're discussing like rap music and stuff. She's like, she can't stand Cardi B. I can't stand Nicki Minaj. But she's always like, Auntie, did you hear Nicki's new song? And I will, I will listen to it just to like have that conversation with her. But when it comes to like, when I say, okay, well, did you listen to Cardi B's new song? She's like, I don't want to listen to that. And she's like really, really against Cardi B. She is like, if there's a Nicki fan club, she's the president. My niece messaged me tonight when all this popped off. And she's like, Auntie, let me just pull out the messages so I don't misquote her in case she's listening. She's like, we were talking about it, and she said, Auntie, I'm fed up of Nicki. Yes. I said, so now you see what I've been saying. She is the problem. She says Beyonce would never. She's like, I'm over it. I hang up my card. I'm over it. Auntie, you win. I'm Team Cardi B now. Well, she didn't go that far, but my niece is over it. And it takes, like, if y'all know her, she's a die-hard Nicki fan. Die-hard. I'm talking like Stan. And now she's saying after this Latto situation, yeah, I'm over Nicki. At least one person can wake up and see that. She is really pretty. I don't understand how Nicki Like she comes for everybody's looks. I'm like, it's crazy. If she and like who, like Rihanna or somebody like Beyonce or like somebody just really pretty, if they get into it, is she gonna say, "Oh well, you're ugly"? Because that's a go-to insult. Imagine Nicki calling Rihanna ugly if they get in like a falling out. Yep. Everybody can see who the problem is, but some people just don't want to admit it because they're just like they love her so much and they don't want to believe that this is truly her character. Like some people are just in denial and they want to see her as innocent so badly because they grew up loving this woman, and it's kind of hard to like accept that the picture, the image you had of her in your head is not who she truly is. It's hard for people to come to terms with that. So I don't know. I don't know if people can't see it or they do see it but they don't want to admit it. Well, I mean that's an important distinction as well. I don't know if like I'll give you that one. If there was an age difference between her parents, um I don't know, like I don't want to get into this conversation because that's like I still personally believe it's wrong. Like if her mother was like 15, 16, and her dad was like in his 20s, I still believe that's like that's wrong. But people are saying, it was a relationship. Nikki's husband was not in a relationship with his victim. That was flat out rape. Still, I believe if Latto's mom was underage, it is a form of rape. It's maybe not, forced in that manner, but it's still like somebody who's underage in the eyes of the law, that's statutory rape. It's still a form of rape. And when you get to like comparing which kind of rape is worse, I'm staying out of that conversation. I feel like both are bad. Yep, and this is why Cardi B never responds because exactly what she did to Latto tonight, she would do to Cardi B. Everybody could see that she was tweeting, shading Latto constantly, but she's not, directly saying her name. So now that Latto is bringing it up, she's trying to say that was never about you. So now that people can see, she's directly shading Cardi B, she's constantly, taking shots at her. If Cardi B were ever to respond, that's exactly what Nicki would do. She would try to make it look like Cardi B is the one with the problem because she never directly said her name. Blessings Nirvana says my grandpa was 19 when he married my grandmother at 14. Oh wow. I mean, well, back in those days, those things were, very common. I think the same thing was with my grandmother. Her husband was a lot older than her. But like I don't know, it's just a very touchy, like I want to stay clear of that conversation. I want to stay clear of that because it's just like my personal beliefs. I still believe it's wrong. I have a 14-year-old, and I can't picture my 14-year-old, married, having children. No way. I still that's a child. That's a child to me. So I still can't. I know it was something common like back in the day, but it's still like it's gross to me. Tony says you sound like a hater. You need to go back and do your research before you start putting stuff out on people. We are literally researching while I am on live, like literally pulling up and reading the tweets and stuff. So I don't know what other research you want me to do? The tweets are right there, big and bold for everybody to see. Hey, Joyce. Sweet Ma says she just posted a link to Lil Baby and said go listen to the relist. Uh, okay. I will not be doing that, but okay. Um, I honestly don't think Latto was going to get that Grammy, like for what's the song Big Energy? I don't think Latto's gonna get that Grammy. Like I could see her winning Grammy for best new artist, but for best for song of the year, record of the year, I don't know. I don't know if the song is strong enough for that, but Lord, if she did, Nicki would spiral because that is the song that she asked Nicki for a feature on. And you'll remember a couple of weeks ago she had tweeted that there was an artist who told somebody who was working with her like, why are you working with that little girl, like trying to influence them to not work with her. And everybody was speculating that it was Nicki and Lil Wayne, and I believe it more now because Nicki and Lil Wayne do have that kind of relationship, and that was the only person I could think of that Latto worked with that somebody could actually be like, don't work with her kind of thing. Yeah, I believe that was Nicki. And Nicki's probably like feeling really foolish after, like talking down on her, trying to stop her bag and stuff like that. That she's getting, nominated for AMAs, she's getting submitted to the Grammys, possibly, have a chance at winning one. Like she's probably really feeling dumb because she really did try to put Latto down. And it's crazy to me as a veteran, like somebody who these girls looked up to growing up, and now they're like in the same space with you, you know eager to work with you, eager to work with their idol, and this is what they have to deal with. And I always use like Beyonce and Chloe Bailey as an example because the same thing could have gone on with that situation. Chloe Bailey, everybody was comparing her to Beyonce, saying she was the next Beyonce. She's like the replacement Beyonce, and Beyonce could have been like beefing with her, like, you're not gonna compare this newbie to me. I'm the queen. I'm better than her. But no, Beyonce decided to take her under her wing, mentor her, sign her, and put her on. And like, I think this is what people wanted to see from Nicki. Not that she has to do it for everybody. That's impossible to do. But nurture somebody. I think Cardi B was a missed opportunity for her to do that. And there's girls that are coming up who are, you have to choose who to do it with wisely because there are a lot of opportunists who just want to use her fan base and, get a cosign from her just because, they want to further their own careers, not because they genuinely love her or support her or anything like that. So you do have to choose she has to choose who she gives that cosign to wisely. But I feel like there are a lot of girls who are, talented, they're coming up on their own, they're deserving. And if she had just reached out and mentored one of them, took them under her wing, she would have been getting a lot more respect than she is now. But it seems like everybody who's coming up, who's gotten to, that kind of mainstream level, she ends up having conflict with them. It's always some kind of drama, always some kind of beef. Denise says it looks like Lato's mom is 39 and her father is 43. Okay, well, I mean, that is not extreme in the sense that my kid's dad is 8 years older than I am. So this is a 4 year difference. I have a 8 year difference. What would people say? What would people say about me? Granted, I was not underage when I met him, but I don't know. So if she was 15 when she met him, that means he would have been 19. It's not an extreme age difference, but it's still kind of problematic. True. That is so true. Like, y'all, Nikki has been like kind of, what's the word? Like, inactive. She was on a hiatus for like a while. And people were just out here making music, winning. The girls were getting along, collaborating with each other. There was no beef. As soon as she came back, active, throwing shade on social media, it's just like everything has just descended to drama once again. But as this person made the point arrogantly, for the past like couple of years before this past year, things were pretty calm. All this beef blew up within the last year. Geneva says 40-year-old bully is trending on Twitter. Let me go to Twitter and refresh. Also, Lil Baby released an album. I'm seeing him trending. I will not be listening. I am not into like male rap like that. Wow, Bobs are now coming for Chica's weight. They're all over Chica's page, calling her big and fat and stuff, and I'm like, whoa. They're just like their leader. They always have something to say about somebody's body. They're trying to dox Chica. Oh my god, these Bobs are a problem. So they're a menace. They are a menace on Beyonce's internet. I'm seeing some body gang taking bets on who Nicki's going to have a problem with next. They're saying Glorilla is up next. Oh my goodness, they're saying Nicki is going to have beef with Glorilla next. At this point, I wouldn't even doubt it. Um, Chica is flaming these Bobs on Twitter right now. A Bob account tweeted her saying, "You just mad because you don't have and can't get a man? You big, black, and burly." Wow. Wow, wow, wow. She says, "You're a grown man with a unicorn emoji as your bio." So they're coming for her, but she's giving as good as she's getting right now. This is some of the funniest shit that I've seen in a while. Okay, so let me see what this thing is. Hmm. I'm just scrolling through Twitter comments right now. Um, I don't know. I've been on here ranting and talking. If anybody wants to come on, and I know it's late, I'll probably get off here. It's at 1:39. I'll probably get off here when it hits 2 hours. So if anybody wants to come on, um, I will drop a link, and y'all can join the discussion if y'all want to come on and you know get your points across. If you're a Bob and you want to drag me, you can do that too. Um, I know, like this is so like usual. It's not a big a big deal to some people. I'm just speaking like from the perspective of a parent with kids around these ages. I'm like, I wouldn't like my kid, my 14-year-old, dating a 19-year-old. I would not allow it. So I'm just speaking like from that perspective. It's weird to me. Carolyn says Grandma doesn't deserve no Grammy. She's bitter. Now, see, my thing is, like, I'm not a Nicki fan, but I can admit that it is weird that she has been, the most successful female rapper for so long, and she still doesn't have a Grammy. It's crazy to me. Like, hang on, somebody's messaging me. Let me check my messages. Yeah, so I do feel like she deserves one, but my thing is, in the years that she's been nominated, she's been up against some, very stiff competition, and there were just people who were better than her. So it's like you put her up in a category with somebody like, let's say, like Kendrick Lamar, or like, um I don't know, like people who are just lyrically better than she is. So it's not that she doesn't deserve one. It's just in the particular years that she was nominated, there were other people nominated who were just a little better than she was. So it's like, okay, so what do they do now? Just give her one for giving her one's sake? To just say, okay, well, here, you deserve one. Look, here's a consolation Grammy, or I don't know what to call it. There were just people who were better than her in the year she was nominated. Okay, Sweet Ma is added to the live.
Hey, Camille.
Hey,
Oh,
it's been a while.
it's been
Long
a very long time. I watch your lives, but you always delete them, and I'm like, dang, I didn't get to comment. But yes, I love whenever you go live. Thank you for doing this tonight. Hey to the person that just came in too.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Camille's, for adding me. Hello, sweet Ma. Love you guys. Love watching you guys' channel.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh
Yes.
man, Camille,
Yes.
thank you for doing this because I was over here trying to follow what was going on, and just to have somebody to talk about this with is good because let me tell you, I'm looking at Nicki Minaj's tweets where she's like screen screenshot the conversations with Latto, and the last thing she posted was Latto asked her, "Does she want to be on her hit song Big Energy?" And Nicki never responded to that, and it's just like Latto was literally reaching out to you,
Yep.
even though you've been shading her, trying to put you on.
Yep.
And I think it's a jealousy because someone in your comment section, I forgot her name, said, why would she do a song with Coil Ray but not Lotto? I think she's intimidated by Lotto's beauty, her natural thickness,
Yes.
and she looks at Coil Ray as olive oil, like Camille said. I think Camille said that she said she looked like olive oil or
Yeah,
something.
she called her olive oil. Yep, she was making fun of her. Yep, she sure was. It's just sad. It's just like you've been in the game for how long and you're doing this. Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing. And let me know if I'm probably wrong. You would never see the OGs like Queen Latifah, MC Light, the Brat, Yo Yo. You would never see these women go on Twitter and attack the young girls that came after them. Like, you would never see them do that. You always see them uplift the young girls and always see them stay in their own lane and not be on social media. Hell, even Lil Kim don't even do stuff like that for real. And it's just like, it's sad that you see her tarnish her legacy like this, and she keeps trying to act like everybody else is the problem and she's just the villain, and people pay her ass to be the bad guy, when really it's just like, no, you are your own demise. Your fans is literally like her fans is causing her downfall, her husband's causing her downfall, she's causing her own downfall, and it's like she's not realizing that. And it's just like I feel like she also has a lot of, she's also a narcissist. It seemed like she just wants to think that everybody else is the problem and she's not doing anything wrong, and she just thinks that she's just, she's just so holier than thou, and she can't be, she can't be clocked. But really, when like literally like it just really baffles me how she feels as though like everyone else is the problem but her, and she feels as though no one has the right to say anything to her or hold her accountable. It's just crazy to me.
Yes, everything you just said. Yes, 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 girl.
Yeah.
Um, when you mentioned her being a narcissist, it's funny because there's this if you guys haven't seen it, please look it up on YouTube. It's called Playtime is Over.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody made this video basically showing how Nikki was copying Little Kim, and I think Camille also said that she has age shamed um what's Little Kim
Yeah.
countless amounts of times, right? But
Yeah.
you notice how now she's playing victim, as that's what narcissists do.
Yeah.
They always do this shit. It's like, oh my god, it's okay for her to do it to other people, but the minute it happens to them, they're playing victim. And
Yeah.
they're trying to get older people on their side. Like, now people that are my age, that are 40, are going to look at Lotto like, oh, look at Lotto. She's over here disrespecting us in the 40s. That's what
Yeah.
she's trying to get to happen. She's trying to get people to not like Lotto for age shaming. But that's not going to happen because people see through you.
Yes.
And the only reason why she's telling people to go listen to that boy, Little Baby, is because he shouted her out in the song, which goes to show, why didn't you say he was the realest before? Oh, because
Exactly.
he said your name in a song. Now he's the realest.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
She only supports certain people for whatever reason. Just like, oh, that's what you call projection. You
Yes.
notice how she's constantly saying that these people are using her. She's using these people too. That's
Yes.
why they're
Yes.
not using you. They were actually your fans, and you use them. That's what it is.
Yes. And it's just so sad because let's keep it real, like we've all were like was like, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but we all were fans of Nikki at one point, and we just seen her come up and seen how talented she was, and like she loved, don't get me wrong, she still is very talented. And it's like someone with like this, like with so much talent, it's like you just see someone who's very dark and miserable and angry and just childish and bitter, and she still has, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Nikki still has that kitty childish mindset. And like she's literally like she just acts immature. And it's just so sad because she's just so gifted with talent. And you would think that she would carry herself a certain way. But it's like the older she gets, the more worse she becomes.
And do
And
you,
it's
like you said, she's a narcissist, right? And of course, I can't just say it as if I'm a psychologist or whatever. I'm not diagnosing her, but I'm just saying this is my thought that she is one. Um, they are very immature, and they get worse with age. So yeah, that's probably why you're noticing that she's getting worse with the age, because it's just something that happens with these types of people.
yes.
And yes, I see some people said that they saw Playtime is Over. Playtime is Over will show you the type of person that she is. And um, at one point, I thought maybe I was wrong because I used to always think she was a narc. And then I saw that Safari is a narcissist. So I'm like, hmm, maybe Safari is a narcissist and Nikki was the victim. This is what I'm thinking.
Right.
And then it dawned on me that two narcissists can be in a relationship together. They, it just doesn't work. But yeah, they're both are narcissists, Safari and Nikki.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's just sad to see this. Like it's just like I grew up on, Nicki, and Drake and Wayne. I grew up in that era when, like, Young Money was like really like, was it. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
listening to them, and it's just like, Nicki. I was a hardcore Nicki fan. I loved me Nicki. I love me some Nicki. And in the beginning, I thought Lil Kim. In the beginning, I was like, Lil Kim, she's probably just jealous. She's probably just mad because Nicki is on top and she's just jealous. But really, I did my research and I really I paid attention
Mhm.
over the years. And I'm like, no, like it seemed like everything that Lil Kim was saying was true.
Exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that people are starting to realize it because I too used to be a Nicki fan. And then I noticed that she's like the mean girl, like
Yes.
the popular girl in school that makes a girl like Cardi feel by herself. Like, she just doesn't like Cardi B for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But obvious to a lot of us, it's because she's threatened by her. She's the next big thing, just like she probably didn't want to do any songs with Latto because she's threatened by her. The
Yes.
people that she did songs with in the recent song, which I had never listened to, I don't think she's threatened by them.
No, of
That's
course
why
not.
she did it. And oh, come on, what's that lady's name? Um, that was going back and forth with Cardi B too,
Was
and
it
she's
Akbar?
yes, Akbar. We
Yeah.
all know Akbar will never make it in this industry.
No, never
So
gonna happen.
you notice how Nikki was like reposting Akbar videos on her Instagram and stuff like that. It's like you're praising Akbar because you're beefing with Cardi, and you honestly don't think that Akbar will ever make it. You're just doing this because yo, she's so fucking, excuse my language. She's so immature. It's
Yeah.
sickening. I don't see how people don't notice it.
Yeah, and
And
it's
for Cardi to do what she's doing, I can understand it because she's like 10 years younger than Nicki. So if she's gonna respond the way she responds, that's to me is normal. And I can't sit here and say that I would respond as a well, I'm 39, wouldn't respond either if I'm back and forth with anyone. But there's a limit. There's a limit. You could respond with class, just like
yes.
you see how she posted the if you're gonna move my song, you need to remove um big energy. She did not have to even call out Lotto's name or
Yeah.
her song. All
Yes.
she had to say was there were other songs on the rap roster that are popish. Why move mine and not theirs? She didn't have to say any name, and this would have never gone this far.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, but literally Lotto hasn't even, Nikki has been subtweeting Lotto for so long to the point where I knew that eventually it was gonna blow up and Lotto was gonna respond, because literally Lotto, even afterwards, Lotto has still given her Nikki her flowers and still embraced Nikki and everything. And it's like, the first thing you do is go on Twitter and you share you guys messages, and also even remind you, she tweeted not too long ago saying that it was corny to share text messages that you have with someone. So that's also very contradicting. But what I also
Oh
found funny,
wow.
yeah, like, and it's like she does a lot of stuff that's very contradicting as well. But it's just like, I saw how I paid attention how she was subtweeting Lotto, and it's just
Can
like,
you give me an example of a subtweet? Because that one subtweet that Lotto posted was actually a mistake. That was for somebody else.
well, here's the thing. Nikki, she tweets about people, and then she throw rocks to try to hide her hands, to try to act as if like she wasn't talking about them. She does the same thing with Cardi sometimes, to where she would like with the whole Cardi thing, like she would like, oh well, I didn't talk about your kid and I didn't do this and that, when it is proof screenshots, like literally a whole screen recording that showed that you liked it, a shady tweet about Cardi's parenting. And she tried to act as if like she didn't and she didn't know. Like, it's just like she does stuff like that. She tries to throw like little like slight shade on in a tweet, and then like when she gets called out on it, she would try to pretend like she doesn't know anything about that, or she tries to act like she wasn't talking about that particular person. Just like when Lotto did that interview with Jason Lee, and she tweeted saying, you know, she is you with that tweet, you can tell like she like felt some type of way about that, and she was saying how she unfollowed and people, and they want to play both sides of the fence. Like you can tell, you can sometimes tell who she talks, who she be talking to, and she doesn't really put an act ad on it, but like you can kind of like tell who she's referring to. But like when you call her out on it, she tries to act as if like she doesn't know, like, oh, why I wasn't talking about her, and like
Mm,
she does that a lot.
that's what you call gaslighting. I see.
Yes.
I see that there was somebody else here that probably wants to speak. Thank you so much, Camille, for allowing us to talk. I don't
Yeah.
want to just like take over. I can't see their name or anything, but hello to the person that's here.
Hi, y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I just wanted to come on here and kind of chime in because I've been following, Nikki's career for a long time. Like, I actually seen her in person when, like, Beam Me Up Scotty had just came out. And I
Yeah.
have never been a Barb. I feel like that's after my era. Like, I was born in the late 80s. But I feel like we're really watching the downfall of Nicki Minaj right before our eyes. I feel like it started when all of this access to celebrities began on social media, you start to see the true colors of a person, like their
Yeah.
true character. Before, it would be a little mystique to your artist. Like you would have to go to a magazine interview or wait to see them on TRL.
Yeah.
But now you see so much of who she is, and she's really just bitter.
Yes.
But she's so accomplished. Like if I was her, I wouldn't care. I would put all these girls on a remix together and make coins off of them.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't care at all. Is just very, very suspicious. And I know no one has talked about this, it's kind of off subject, but I 150% believe that 90% of the negativity spun in all of these blogs about these rap girls comes directly from Nicki. Like she
Yeah.
sabotages them. She does a lot of sneaky stuff behind the scenes. People have been talking about it for a very long time. That was the main motivation of She Hair. Just sneaky stuff that she's been doing behind the scenes. I hate to see it because she's such a legend and she's so talented in her own right. And there's no reason for her to go out sad like this. But I mean, like Camille's niece, like the Barbs are slowly starting to turn away, you
Yeah.
know?
Do you
Yeah.
notice that she's one of the only uh, rap female superstars that acts this way? Like Remy Ma
Yeah.
is not like this. They all welcome. They're very welcoming to other female artists. She's the only one. It's almost as if she does not want anyone to get near her throne because she's afraid of losing it. But anyway, I see somebody else is here. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
Go.
everyone.
How are you? Go ahead and share your thoughts on this.
Oh, is that me?
Oh yeah, go ahead and share.
Oh, okay. Well, I agree with everything you all are saying. I just find it weird. Like, she's a legend. Yes, yes, she is. That can't be taken away from her unless she's the one who's going to sabotage it herself, like she's, I think, doing. I'm just curious and just, I guess thrown off track to why is she beefing with people who's no shade, kind of below her in a way, where it's like, why are you even entertaining it? Like, stop. But then I realized she's kind of immature on some things.
Mm. And she's
Yeah,
very
it's unfortunate.
insecure.
Yes, insecure. Yes,
She's very insecure. Do you remember when she took that hiatus from social media and she
yes,
didn't post for like I don't know how many months or whatever, and she came back with all of this um well, in my opinion, plastic surgery. I feel like she went under the radar to have all this work done. I feel like she's constantly competing with these girls that are so much younger than her. Like
Yes.
she's doing too much. She's doing way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
she's
Way too
competing with
much.
them because she's afraid of them stepping near her throne, and that's just that. And you see how Little Kim is welcoming to Cardi and all the other female artists under her.
Hmm.
Like, why can't we
Yes.
do another ladies' night? You guys remember when
Yes.
music was back then? How it
Yes.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, man.
But you know what's crazy? I wasn't even born at that time, but I've studied that era so much. And like when they had the little Kims, when you guys had the little Kims, the Foxy Browns, the literally the Queen
Missy
Latifahs,
Elliott's.
the Missy
Yeah.
Elliott's. Like y'all era was fire. And like I see that the Left Eyes, don't forget Left Eye, the Left Eyes, the
Yep.
literally the Brats. Like we had y'all had people like that, and it's like it's sad to like it goes down to this, and it's just like it's no unity anymore. It's no unity. It's no unity.
There's no unity, and there's also not a skill set. Like
Yes.
all of the women that you named, we used to really be blown away by how clever they were, like their vernacular, their bars, like they used to come really hard. And now it's just we just talk about your sexuality, which is, I mean, it's nice. Everyone has that side, but there's no versatility. Like Lauryn Hill made a whole album, Grammy winning album, and she never mentioned her pum pum, not one time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really a sad state in hip hop in general, not just women in hip hop, but
Yeah.
the genre
It,
is
True.
on life support.
it
Yeah.
definitely is.
True.
I'm over
And
here laughing at Mahogany's Palace's comment. She said Nikki is the female Donald Trump.
I can't.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
It's true. It's so true. She's listen.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
just like Donald has his fans, he has delusional fans. Nikki does too. And no disrespect, but some of them are delusional. There's some that are normal. I
Hmm.
respect those, that can recognize when she does wrong and when she is right. Because sometimes Nikki does have a point. Just like when people were speaking on her child, like that's wrong.
Yeah.
I actually felt bad for her in that case. But other than that, you know, if you're going to be an obsessive follower of anyone, I literally cringe. That even it's just weird to me when people are so obsessed with a celebrity to where they become violent towards other people, threatening. I'm afraid to even say anything because I might get some hate messages after this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
a
even like to
weird
go on
time.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yep. And it's so funny because I just looked at my Twitter. I don't post much, and I still see a post that I did in 2018 where I said that Nicki Minaj is a narcissist, and it's just
Mm.
so funny to me because that was one of my last tweets. And I just noticed that I put it there and I put hashtag playtime is over. So, you guys, I'm going to say it. This is going to be the last time I say it. When you guys are done watching this, if you guys are not convinced that Nikki has a problem with jealousy with other female artists, you need to watch Playtime is Over. It's pretty disturbing to see how she does not respect Little Kim, but yet she copied everything about Little Kim.
Yep. From
True.
from the lyrics, from the looks, literally.
Even photo
Literally.
shoots, photo
Yeah.
All
shoots.
her aesthetics.
Yes.
And then, funny enough, you notice how she's saying that Cardi is copying her aesthetic now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's just like you're pointing the finger. First, you age shame Little Kim, and now that you're getting up there in age and you're being age shamed, you're playing victim. But
Yeah.
you forget that you did it too. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't agree with age shaming, period, but you
But let's
can't.
keep it real. She called her, old this, and you were raggedy, and you used to be magic. Now you're raggedy. Because she had another diss track towards Lil Kim. It was, I think, I don't know if it was unreleased or what. It was called, I think, Tragedy or something like that. It was something like that. And I think it was before she released Roman Revenge. But she was calling her, like saying she used to be this, and now you're this. And she even called that lady a lab rat and a monkey. And it's just
Wow.
like, all this black woman this and Latto, she didn't speak up for a black woman, she didn't speak up for me and blah blah blah, but yet you have no problem dragging other black women though. It's just
Exactly.
Hmm.
contradicting again.
Very much
Right.
so. Um,
I'm not. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, no. What I was gonna say was real quick. It's just the fact that Lotto said that Nicki Minaj said that she's not, or basically insulted her on her music and her growth. But Nicki isn't growing either. You guys notice that her
Baby.
music, her
Oh my
music
God.
sounds, her music sounds like back when,
She
you
first came
know,
out.
yes,
Less
exactly like
creative.
it.
At
Listen,
least when
And
she first came out, it was fresh and it was new and it was like we were all waiting for it. It was something so different.
yeah,
But
Mm-hmm.
now all she does is she just wears these like patent leather dominatrix outfits, like,
I
and
can't.
yes,
there's
and
no
then
originality.
it's no originality. And on top of that, I get creeped and cringed out by her still making those weird faces.
Yeah,
Girl, it's not sexy. Stop doing those faces. Stop with the voice thing. When she
Yeah.
switches up her voice when she sing, it's just it doesn't. It's just weird to me.
I don't know. It's just the fact that like when I first listened to Super Freaky Girl, the first thing that popped up in my head was Anaconda. I'm like, this is
Mm-hmm.
giving Anaconda 2022. Like I don't know, like it just
Repackaged.
yeah, it just
Repackaged,
sounds
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Anaconda, and I'm just like, girl, like you going with this same part. And I thought, I'm sorry, I thought the cover art was very lazy. I felt like she could have did better. I'm just like, what is this? Like, I just feel like she's not hungry like she used to. She's
She's
not
not.
hungry.
She's not. And the Queen album is a perfect example of that. When
Yes,
I listened to it, I was like, this is not your best work.
it was
This is
half-assed.
not. It was very half-assed. Even the visuals, I mean, she looked beautiful. She looked very pretty, but it was all just lackluster and just seemed thrown
Wait,
together and just, mm-mm. It
you
wasn't
want to
giving what Queen.
before I forget, right? You know how she did Rolling Loud concert?
Yep.
You notice how
Hmm.
she didn't bring out the other women that she did the I don't even know what the song is.
The Super
Where
Freaky Girl remix. No, she didn't. No, she
and
didn't. She didn't.
see, here's the thing. It's like, why not make a music video to that? Why not
Exactly.
you're not empowering them. It's almost as if you know how a person will give you crumbs just to keep you like around, or just to make it seem as they're actually like supporting you. Let
Yeah,
me give you a little bit of the rest of my steak, but she's giving you the fat off of her steak because she's not going to eat it. So
but
you're over here feeling
Mm.
grateful, like, oh my god, Nikki just gave me a piece of steak. No, she gave you the part of the steak that she does not want. Just like these women that are on this song, she threw you a bone to make it seem as if she is supporting her sisters. But
right.
what she did was she had all these five women on this damn track. She didn't even bring them on stage. And then she didn't make a music video. Look at how Cardi B did that music video with Glorilla. She went out
Yes.
in the hood, in the streets, and she was having a blast with Glorilla
Yeah.
and her friends.
But
Hmm.
that's what Cardi was talking about when she was like doggy treats. Like literally, like Nikki is giving these girls doggy treats, and they're just, you got
Oh,
Malibu
that's what she
Mitch.
meant when
Yeah,
she
pretty
said
much.
doggy treats.
Well, she was pretty much talking about JT because JT, she's been on a whole. I don't know what's going on with JT, and I used to really love the City Girls, but I really lost all type of respect for them. Like they're literally just keep constantly just kissing butt. Like it's getting obsessive. And you got the other one, Malibu Mitch. She's just constantly kissing butt, and she's constantly kissing Nikki's butt. It's literally like getting weird at this point.
Malibu Mitch, I just saw a video of her on somebody's page where she was praising Cardi for being such a humble person and
All of them
such a
praise
great.
Cardi.
They all did at one point. And JT even spoke about how she don't like Nicki Minaj and now she's kissing Nicki Minaj. But okay, cool. But I guarantee you, Nicki Minaj is gonna fall out with JT or with the other one that you just mentioned that nobody's
Malibu
gonna really.
Mitch.
Yep. And
If
I
not
can't
all of them.
Thank you. Good point. And Malibu Mitch's voice is another person that irritates me. Like she's talented, but I think when a girl just be like trying to change up her voice, trying to sound like she's sexy or whatever. Like I can't stand when people talk like that. Like just be yourself. Like you can.
It's just like she tries. I feel like she tries too hard to sound like Foxy Brown. Like she tries, like, girl, like you're
She
not one of
not.
them.
She tries to sound like Foxy and a mix of Nicki with the high pitched, like you know what I'm saying, like
I'm
talking
done.
like that. Like it's not cute.
Oh my god, that is her. Oh, that's her voice.
Seriously, like seriously,
I
like
know.
I can't take it. Like I really feel like
It's so cringy.
I really feel like she practices it all the time. It's like you're trying, like she's very talented or whatever, but like I can't take it. Like just be yourself.
I
Be
know.
yourself.
It's a lot of people in the chat saying like the people that are in the conversation right now, we just don't like Nikki, and that's not a factual thing. I
No,
do
No.
like her
no,
and I
no,
do enjoy her music, but I feel like a
no.
lot of people aren't old enough to remember where she started and what it is now. This is two entirely different people. Two entirely different
Yes,
people.
and
When
you
she came out,
guys.
she was humble and she would go to do like I when I first I saw her at Virginia State homecoming in like 2007, 2008. And
Mhm.
she was
A
personable. She was
sweetie,
letting people sign her
sweetie.
boobs and like this was even before Pink Print like and then you see her skyrocket to this international fame and then you see her turn bitter and sour. And if you pay attention, it's like it's right there in front of you. This is not us shading her. This is us making an assessment on things that we've noticed in the last decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
please do not think like I'm gonna say this for on like you just spoke for us and I appreciate that because I didn't see anybody commenting like that. I don't hate Nikki. Honestly, sometimes I want to have her side, but when I see that she's really bullying other people, it's just like I can't. I can't. I
Yeah.
can't just
Mm-hmm.
ignore it because
Right.
I don't I don't want to be on
It's
any bandwagon and just
right.
because people don't like no 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 no. It's really bothersome to see somebody be this way with so many different people and it's like wait, you seem to be threatened by these new girls. That's what it is. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a
It's,
conversation with someone not too long ago about this, and it's like it feels like the genre is hers, the lane is hers, and she's the gatekeeper, and like you have to, come and bend the knee. I think maybe I was watching like Lovely Tea, and they were talking about like she feels like you have to come and kiss her ring, like on some Godfather type stuff to get
Lick her
your foot in the
boots.
door. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for reminding me because this just popped up in my head. You see how you said that she expects people to kiss her ring and all that? She expects people to worship her. If she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get the praise that she's expecting, like, I guess Cardi B didn't kiss her butt enough. That's why she doesn't like Cardi. Okay, fine. But I noticed that whenever Nikki wants to throw it back in your face, she'll say how you were obsessed with her, you were a fan, and you
yep.
see how she reposted how Latto was inboxing her and saying that, I'm a fan of you and I'm da 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 da. She throws it back in your face. That's what they
Yep.
do. They use it as
Yeah.
ammunition. She wants to embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed when Lotto brung up, how she's always around. I don't want to say the R word, but it seemed like she really got like it really got under her skin. And it's just like, girl, it's just like you always feel some type of way when people bring up your husband. Like you married this man. What did you
Right.
expect?
To be honest, she married him because she really couldn't find anybody that she could control. She chose a
That
man
part.
that needed to be built. And
Yeah.
you know, as far as Lotto goes, I regret that Lotto didn't mention that her brother was a child predator. She
Yeah.
should have said that. You're supporting somebody that did something to a child.
And she
Hmm.
still
You should
tries to
be
deny it to this day.
yeah, I wish Lotto mentioned that instead. But, you know, it
The
is what
facts
it
are
is.
never enough in those two situations.
Yeah,
Like,
never enough.
it's never enough. You know, she's never
Has
been in a.
anybody, I don't want to
Oh,
clip this. I just wanted to, if anybody in the chat sees Lotto or Nikki posts a new tweet, can you just like, no? Okay, sorry about that.
I have yet to go on Twitter because
It's just too much.
it's probably gonna be a field day over there already.
I'm
Can
not
you
gonna
guys
lie,
see
I was
me?
getting my life.
Wait, it's so funny, Marquise. You said, why are we hating on Nikki like she didn't set the trend? Why are hating on Nikki? Let me tell you something. You want to know who set the trend? Little Kim did. And
Yeah.
why was Nikki hating Little Kim is the question. She's a true queen, baby.
But her
She's a
fans
true
are so
queen.
delusional that we just gave her props. It's like they just want us to kiss her butt and just ignore all the wrongdoing she's done.
Exactly. And the fact that this guy, Marquise, is saying Lotto should have kept silent. Why
What?
should she keep silent? Why should she keep silent? Nikki brought up her song.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to discredit the girl? All Nikki had to do was say, my song isn't the only pop like song on a rap roster. But she
Exactly.
had to say, well, then take Lotto's song off too. Why bring up Lotto's song?
because she
Yeah.
doesn't really like her.
No, she doesn't.
So you expect Lotto to keep her mouth shut? Lotto actually went in the DMs and said what she said to Nikki,
Yeah.
okay? And then Nikki chose to bring it back to Twitter. That's it. And yeah, Lotto did make a little bit of a, what you call it. I'm gonna say a subliminal or passive aggressive message where she said, "Why can't people just let me win?" Or so I forgot whatever
But
she said,
I
but
honestly,
that that wasn't a big deal. She can't speak. She can't speak how she feels because she probably was getting attacked over Nikki's post. People probably under the comments saying, "Yeah, Lotto song is whack." Like you don't know.
but it's
Yeah.
like it also reminds you she was also just got attacked by Kodak Black. She also been attacked by so many other people that feel some type of way about her song Big Energy doing what it needs to be doing. She's actually getting, and let's keep it real. I've been following Lotto since the rap game when she was like literally like I think I want to say 16. And literally, like, she's worked her butt off to get to where she is, to where she was in the video with WAP, with Cardi and Meg, and how she's now like working with Mariah Carey. And like, she worked so
Yeah,
hard in order to get to where she's at. And I was so happy to see that she was like on the charts and stuff for her song and how she did the song with Mariah. Like, she did the song with her idol. And it's just so sad to see so many people just discrediting her and want to make her feel bad for being nominated. That's not her fault that the song did good, what it's supposed to do.
yeah.
It's not
Hmm.
her fault.
Exactly. And you know what? I really love the fact that Nicki Minaj posted the message where Lotto offered her to be on Big Energy Remix and
Yeah.
she did not take it. And the greatest, one of the greatest, Mariah Carey hopped on it.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Lotto on that. God,
But
God, he
do
looked
you
out
think
for her.
that's a part of the issue? Like, okay, so right here it says Kari B. Fly said the first time I can remember her doing this was to Mariah Carey. Like, that might be a part of the issue. Nikki doesn't really mess with Mariah, and she
Oh,
feels like you're on my team or you're dead to me.
oh.
So that could be a part of it.
Yo, that is such a good. You know what, you guys? I thank you. I love this chat because you guys are reminding me of so many things. Do you guys remember seeing her walk off or whatever when Mariah was on the American Idol with her judging?
Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah,
so Nikki has been this way.
Yes.
She
been
has
this way.
been this way.
Hello.
Oh, you guys also. Um, do you remember when Meek Mill um posted and said that Nicki Minaj is a narcissist?
Yes. And
Yes.
he called her out about her brother and about how she's still trying to take up for him. And yeah, I've seen that. And he told no lies.
Hmm.
Wow. Mm, 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 mm.
And everyone's
Well,
trying to make it seem like Meek was the problem. No, she was the problem. She was the main problem.
I think she likes to have men in her life that she can control. And
Yeah.
and
and
in this
Safari was
particular
one of
case,
them.
oh yeah,
Yes.
in this particular relationship she's in now, it's like he needs her money.
Yeah.
If he wasn't with her, he's a registered sex offender. He wouldn't be able to hardly find nowhere to live, nowhere to work. And there was a time early on in their relationship when they first went public where his baby mama cleared him and aired him. It was like, here's the receipts where he's texting me. He's just using you, sis. And
You're talking
Nikki
about
called her
Red Boy?
bitter. Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's her name.
Oh yeah. She was a beautiful woman too.
And
Do you do you notice that she completely ignored that what you just said? Like
Hmm.
completely ignored it. And
yeah.
she like as a woman, would you ever want to be with the man that you clearly have evidence that he said, "Yo, I'm just trying to get this bag, yo, and I'm gonna bring it back to you, babe." Like you have to have serious low self-esteem to
Yeah.
to deal with somebody after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when it when Nikki had first like shouted like Lotto out or whatever, Lotto was like really happy to the point where she gotten Nikki's tweet of her like of her praising her. She had it framed and like and put it up in her
Yes.
like in her house. And I know it's awkward now that she has to see that tweet. I feel like if I was her, I would like just literally just throw it in the garbage. Like literally, I wouldn't even want to be reminded. Like you idolize someone, and the first thing that they do is go on Twitter and call you a scratch off. Like no, I would feel disrespected.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. Okay, I see Marquise says, I like Lotto. I actually got her as my second favorite female rapper between Nicki, Cardi, and Meg. I've been rooting for Lotto, but she took it too far. Marquise, much respect to you because you like all of the female rappers that seemingly have issues with each other. But what exactly did Lotto do to take it too far? That's what I don't understand. Just can you please tell us what did Lotto do that took it too far? That's it.
Right, I'm confused on what she took too far though. Lotto has done nothing but praise Nick. Literally, when Nikki was just performing for the video Vanguard, Lotto was literally in the audience singing along to all of her songs.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get, yo, this is so weird. At the end of the day, I think for some of her fans, they need to see her fall off with either one of the girls that were on her newest single, or they need to see her fall off with the City Girls or something.
Let me respond to this comment. It's from Randy Terry. He says, first off, Little Kim and Nicki Minaj are both queens of raps from different eras. Both of them are steppers for this generation. But how can you all talk on here saying that Super Freaky Girl sounds just like Anaconda, but it's not disturbing of being in the rap nomination? Right is right. If Nicki was the rap category, we would dominate. She would dominate Lotto. She deserves a chance to win. Of course, she deserves a chance to win. I feel like she should have been won a Grammy because come on, it's Nicki Minaj. But still, at the same time, I'm no one's saying that that Super Freaky Girl doesn't deserve a rap nomination. It's just the
Yeah.
fact that she shouldn't have even brought Lotto should not even been brung up in that conversation. That had nothing to do with Lotto. Lotto can't
Mhm.
help. And then here's my thing with Nicki. That's also contradicting. First, it's literally an old interview with her with this pink wig on, and she was like, "Oh, I love the Grammys. It means so much to me. This and that." Then when she wasn't winning, it's, "Oh, I don't care about getting Grammys. This and that." Now all of a sudden you care and you submitting your stuff. Like I don't understand.
I,
So
Hmm.
it's literally gaslighting here, okay? Because she says one thing and means another. It's ridiculous. And
yes,
no, Randy, we're not haters. We're calling out exactly what you're saying. We're speaking on fairness, okay? Now, I don't think it's right that they took Nikki off of the rap. I don't think it's right at all
right.
because she's a rapper. leave her in there. If you're gonna have Lotto's song up there with Mariah Carey, you should leave Nicki Minaj's song. But we're not lying when we say that her songs sound like the early 2000s.
Yes.
Similar.
Yeah, they do.
And Randy Terry, I, I don't feel like Lotto should have had to support Nikki in this. If you're doing things behind the scenes, we're talking, text messaging each other, DMing each other, and we have a rapport, and you are still subbing me, shading me,
Exactly.
why would I stand up for you?
Exactly. And
Ma'am,
remind you,
you
they
don't
wasn't
like
even on
me.
good terms. They wasn't even on good terms during this time.
Yeah, she said that Lotto wasn't growing or something, but Nikki, neither are you. Neither are you. So that I don't understand.
And then went far to make fun of this girl album sales. Like
And called her a Karen. Like, the disrespect is
and talked about
wild.
her mom and her dad. Oh, but let somebody talk about her parents though.
And
Okay.
Nikki knows that most artists do look older than they are because that's the image. They have to wear all the makeup and wear sexy clothing. Yeah, Lotto does look like she's like old, older, like maybe 30 or so,
But
like
Lotto
Cardi B.
still look good, child.
Yeah, and that's definitely her shading Lotto because of her insecurities.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nikki looks good too. Yes,
Yeah.
Nikki, you look great. You look great, but come on, you see how she's such a bully, how she was like, she said that Cardi B was ugly. Like people like her are the reason why people go get their teeth fixed and go get certain things enhanced because of bullies that point out their flaws.
I don't know. I
You know,
feel
Cardi B is still the same girl that she was when she had the crooked teeth. You
The
yeah.
notice
ugly
that?
card is so played out.
Like
Yes.
it's so played out. And guess what? Regardless if she thinks that Cardi's ugly, her insides are so beautiful that people loved her um without the new teeth and the extra enhancements. She still looks the same. You know what I mean? She just looks more
Mhm.
refined. She's a gorgeous girl.
Yes.
But
And
yeah, you're gonna throw her under the bus, speak about her not writing her own songs. Nikki does that to everybody. Everybody she has beef with, she says they don't write their own shit. But guess what, Nikki? Your rap songs are so easy. They're like so basic to me, especially now.
A real question. The Academy is made up of other artists, right?
Yep.
Who
Yes.
decides goes in what category? Do they just vote on it, right? Who had the authority to take Nicki's song from the rap category and put it in the pop?
um, I
Yeah, I
Do
don't
we know?
wonder. I don't know. Part of me kind of feels like she is being a little blackballed or discriminated against the big people, the big boys, because
Hmm.
she this and I'm saying this because I'm trying to be as real as possible. I'm not going to just because I'm sitting here saying that Nikki's wrong and she's bully that I don't see little things that might seem as if she is a target. I
Hmm.
mean, she come on, why would you remove her song off of the rap thing cuz you know she's not going to win pop.
Wait, did she
Right.
submit it as
yeah,
I don't
she
rap?
yeah,
the Republic Records submitted the Super Freaky Girl to grant the Grammys.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Nikki does she deserved a Grammy years ago.
Yeah.
Nikki, there's so many times Nikki's music came out and she didn't get a Grammy, and I was, completely surprised. Now I can't say that this song deserves a Grammy.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
that.
don't think this song in particular does, but Nikki does and has deserved Grammys before we even got to this conversation today about this Grammy nomination. She should have been nominated and won so many other times.
That's true. That's very true. No one can take her talent away from her.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Like, she's already cemented as one of the greats. Uh, is a Grammy really that important?
See, it's important when like one of the ladies on here said that Nikki said she doesn't care about the Grammys because she didn't win, right? But
Right.
now it's important. It really is important to her, and it's obvious.
Yeah. If she's
And she's
doing all
probably
this.
insulted that somebody like Lotto, who's new in the game, is nominated.
And I do feel like she also feel a type of way because look, Megan, literally Megan, she gotten 3 Grammys already. Miss Cardi got a Grammy
Oh,
already.
Doja.
Yeah,
yeah.
Doja got
Mhm.
Grammys already.
Honestly, if I were Nikki, I'd be upset too. I'm not gonna lie. I would
Right.
be like, I started this shit. I'm the one that. Yeah, I would feel some
Kept
type
it
of way.
alive.
But
Right.
guess what? This is how the world works. This is how. Period. Like, okay, let's look at it like this. I started a YouTube channel when YouTube first started, right? And
Yeah.
then let's say one of you decides to start a channel and you end up getting millions of subscribers. I'm gonna I feel like Nikki's like I've been started on YouTube first. How the hell did this person just hop on YouTube and already has millions of subscribers? Like that's the energy that I get from her. Me personally, I don't have an issue with it. I support anybody that grows. Like I'll be like, oh my God, look at how you just started and you already did this. Like
Hmm.
I'm supportive of that, but I view Nikki as one of those people that says, well, I started first. I should be given credit because I was one of the OGs in this joint.
But literally, like, have you seen? Okay, like, have you? I get it. I get it. Like, yeah, we will all be mad too. But like, still, it's just like, still, like, at the end of the day, it's still just so important to like just be grateful and just be humble and still, congratulate the new girls and like be like, even for an example, like even Little Kim. Let's keep it real. Little Kim should have been gotten a fashion icon award or like a fashion award for her contributions to the fashion. Let's keep it real. And but have you seen Lil Kim constantly going on social media complaining that she doesn't have one and keep on bringing everybody else down and all the nominees down? Like, oh well, how did Kim Kardashian get this, but I didn't? Like, have you seen her ever do that? It's just like, or have you seen Beyonce? When someone wins over Beyonce, do you see her going on Twitter and complaining and it's just like it's never that deep to be doing all that. Like it just doesn't it's not a good look.
See, that's what happens when the mask falls off. That's the thing. Nikki can't help it. If she is, in fact, what I, said that I think she is and what you said you think she is, she can't help it. That's just part of her personality. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
feel as if, like, okay, when we look at Cardi B can't help but always try to defend herself because she's constantly under the microscope, right? And
Yeah.
people are constantly disrespecting her. She's probably one of those people that just can't
No,
sit
that's how
still
she
or
is.
yeah, that's just her. And the thing with Nikki, when we look at Nikki going back and forth, Nikki does this in a whole different way. It's like I really can't put my finger on it, but her bullying is actual like
It's super calculating
yes.
and it's
Yeah.
super vindictive.
Oh my
And
God,
then
it's scary
when it
when the way she bullies.
yeah, when they call her out about it, like, look what she did to me. It's like all these excuses and all these
Yes.
reasons.
Exactly.
And then, but when she stands up for herself, we're supposed to support her and rally behind her
Yes.
because she's a Black woman. But
Exactly.
you tear down
Oh,
other Black women. Beyond that, let's just be honest about rap sisterhood or whatever. It's not a whole lot of women rapping for a very long time. So
hmm
when women started coming forward saying, you inspired me, you made me want to do this, they're giving you your flowers. So you walked so they could run.
Yeah.
That should
and
be
it,
enough.
and listen, I noticed that she keeps when you just said a black woman, it just dawned on me. I noticed that whenever she wants people to be against another, she will use the race card and call them a Karen or a white
Yeah.
person. You remember the
Hmm.
girl, um, uh, Kenneth Petty's victim?
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
she was kind of insinuating that she was a
A
white
white
woman,
woman.
Which was a lie.
which was a lie. Exactly. Now she's calling Lotto, and Lotto clearly, regardless if she is part white, you can see that girl is definitely well seasoned. Okay,
And Latto has always
like
embraced her blackness.
she. Okay,
Yep.
now my thing is her bringing up Lotto being a Karen. She's trying to get people to probably not want to support Karen because she's a Karen. Like she's that I don't know. It's calculated. It's
Wait, how
immature.
is Lotto a Karen?
That
Exactly.
part.
What did she do and say that make her a Karen?
I guess
Exactly.
Lotto is mixed or something, and
Yeah.
she's just trying to just
Oh,
point out the fact that she's part white. And to be honest, if there are any white people that support Nicki Minaj, I would feel a bit offended. Like,
because basically she's saying because you're white, you're automatically a Karen.
Yep.
yeah, I'd be offended. Like, come on, man. You don't have to take the race card. You
Like
don't
we
have
could
to do
keep the Karen out of it. I don't think Lotto's a Karen. She hasn't. Has she went up to anyone and been like, "I demand this. Let me speak to your manager.
No,
Let
she
me
it.
has
attack
not
you because you're
displayed any
black."
of that behavior. No.
And
And Latto.
I wanted to also point this out with Nikki. You know how she is kind of shading. This is another tactic that she uses. Like she'll start to praise somebody else because she knows that it's gonna make you upset. Or um, you notice how she's close with Tasha K. She,
Hmm.
I feel as if the reason why she's close with Tasha K was because Tasha K was bullying, obviously, Cardi B.
Of course.
And my thing is, I remember one point when Tasha K was looking really bad on YouTube, she started reaching out to other bloggers and trying to befriend them. And I even think she tried to befriend Camille or try to make peace with Camille so that Camille would possibly like stop talking about her. I think Nikki does that as well. Like she she's like supporting certain artists right now because she notices that she's losing. She
Yeah.
notices that everybody views her as the bad guy. So she's going to like start supporting people that are smaller than her, but literally, like you said, giving them dog treats.
Very
She's
manipulative.
only giving you crumbs. And Tasha K, like I said, she was only trying to be nice to Camille because she didn't want Camille to continue talking about her. And then she reached out to a couple of other YouTubers and befriended them and even made Storm Monroe uh, popular because he
Yeah.
was sticking up for her. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what Nikki does. She uses people just like she's saying that this guy is like one of the greatest, whatever, little baby. I don't honestly don't even know his music, or maybe it's just I'm too old.
No, I don't know his music. And I, who is he?
All I can tell you, he's Jada Waiter's baby daddy.
Oh, that's him. Oh, oh, the cheater.
Yeah.
I like Lil Baby.
I
I
mean,
like
I
his music.
probably hear his music. I just don't know it's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just don't know it's him.
But at the end of the day, Nikki, why didn't you say that little baby was one of the greatest before? Why did it take for him to say your name in a song for you to be like, oh, go listen to him. He's the greatest. Like, come on. She uses people as freaking chess pieces and she wants to point the finger at other people saying that they're using her. She's using others the way she's saying that people are using her.
Mm,
She really is.
just an observation. Um, I find it just this is just odd to me. If you like or respect someone or you're a fan of someone, you don't have to kiss their ass.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to be in the same lane as them. You could easily sit with them. It'll take some time, but you can do it. You don't have to be a fan
Yeah.
because then that's dimming your light, that's dimming your talent because a lot of these girls women, you know, they rappers, and I'm just like, are you a rapper or are you a fan? Which one is it?
Hmm.
Because one of them is going to dim your light and going to make you, it's going to put you in a, a box, unfortunately.
And
And
do
that's
you
if you're a
notice that
fan.
they don't respect you when you kiss their ass? They don't
Right.
respect you.
Well, I'm just like, you don't have to lick someone's boots. Like, you could easily sit with them. Give it some time, but you could do it. You could be right there with the greats. Just give it some time. You don't have to pick a side.
You really don't.
Yeah.
And
And I,
here
oh,
we
by the way,
here.
I do like Nicki Minaj. For the most part, I do. I'm able to see where she does something wrong or say something wrong. Yeah, and hold her accountable. I think that's the part that people are forgetting. You can hold people accountable, even if you like them or support them.
Exactly. Thank
You
you.
can still hold them accountable. It's the fandoms for me that
Yeah,
that
because
does it.
Marquise, you're making no sense now. You're saying, look like y'all eat Nikki hate crumbs. How? Like, how do we go from just saying, okay, we respect your opinion and everything like that? We're explaining to you why we're calling certain things that Nikki does out. And we're explaining exactly word for word what it is that she's doing and why we don't like it, but you still don't get it. And you're saying that we're hating.
How
We
are we
do
hating
believe,
when we're holding
we
her accountable?
we've gave I can't tell you how many times we just gave Nikki her props.
Literally, we
Literally,
said she's a legend and everything.
Nikki
yeah,
is, let's keep it real. Nikki revamped female rap. Literally, when Lil Kim went to jail and everything was going on, female rappers literally not, we didn't know what was going on with female rap until Nikki came. Literally, Nikki was literally my childhood. And like I said, Nikki, when I was growing up, Nikki, Young Money, Drake, Lil Wayne, all of them, literally, that was, I was having them on repeat. Literally, that's all I was listening to was Nikki, 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 Nikki. I had Nikki clothes, Nikki perfume, her Kmart collection. I had everything Nikki. But it's just like after when I once I grow up, I started to see things for what it was. But it's just like we're not taking anything away that this woman have done. We can't. It's impossible to take
no,
away from what she
It's
done.
already
she's an,
cemented.
yeah,
Already
she's
cemented.
definitely an icon. I still don't, I know you girls remember wanting to put pink highlights on the bottom of your hair to look like Nikki and
I
have the
seen
bangs.
everyone do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
like, come on. I was one of those
I
people.
had the super base wig.
Oh,
Like
my,
come on.
see?
Like, every day I got out of school, I used to hang out with my friends, and that's all they would talk about was Nicki. Like, if I didn't know a Nicki verse, I got ate up or something. Like it was that. Like I said, I like her. It's that fandoms that make me look at her different.
It's
Yes.
Which
her
I'm just like, is her
behavior.
fandoms a reflection of her?
Yes.
Her behavior. And the
Yes.
thing is, the thing about the fandom, like you just mentioned, the problem with Nikki is she enables it. She loves when they do this stuff for her. And that is not okay.
That's the part I can't get behind.
Yes.
Okay. It's so like what person, what grown up would be like obvious, like so obvious with it, liking all the bullying comments that her what do you call her barbs to other people? Like she's purposely, it's like she wants people to see that.
There was this one TikToker I was following for a moment. He was cool and everything until he started trying to attack Cardi B because of her looks. And he's a barb. And my thing with it was, I told him this too. Why are you a grown ass man attacking a woman on her looks?
Yes.
That's that's odd. That's weird. Like, what the hell is that? Like, could you attack her? Well, don't even attack her. Like, but could you bring something else to the table other than looks? Oh, she's this. So come on now. It's
Like,
childish.
you know what? We need more fans like you. You have sense. You have sense.
Like, I like them all, but I'm not gonna sit and deal with the BS, especially when I can see through it.
Yeah. I respect people like you that can like everyone and call out whatever they do when they're wrong. Like I love certain people and like Cardi B. I do. And there are times where she does stuff and I'm like, no, why'd you do that? Like this makes you look terrible.
Right. I
But
adore her, but I just wish she would stay offline. But then
Yeah.
again, that's part of her. That's part of her.
Yes, and
Like,
that's what people fail to realize. Like Cardi has always been like that. Cardi
right.
has always been loud. She's never been silent. She can't be silent. That's her. That's how she became
Mm-hmm.
famous, by saying crazy stuff, saying outrageous stuff, being funny. That's just how she came up. That's who she is.
and you know,
Right.
the fact that Nikki is now being this way, this just shows you this was her all along. It was just her mask slipped. Cardi has always been the same, like you said, like even on Love and Hip Hop and everything like that. So, and she managed to get a fan base based off of her personality.
But I
Okay,
really
so
do miss the old Nikki. She was, it seemed to me, she was so quiet. Well, not quiet, but it seemed like she was very like just sweet, and like she was humble. And it's like after over the years you could tell she's gotten very like big headed.
that's what happens to a lot of people though. Like, you ever look at Suki, whatever her name is?
Yeah, Sugiyama.
Do you remember when Suki made a video basically saying she doesn't want any parts of the Hollywood industry or music
Yeah,
industry
and that she
because
sold
they're,
her soul to the devil. Yep.
yes, and she cried about it and said that she would never. And then now look at her. She's turned into, I don't even want to talk about her, but she just, it's just weird to me. I think this is just a Hollywood thing, and that's why I don't want to be a fan really of anyone.
Right.
I
Right.
can say I like you, I like you, I like your music, but I don't want to say I'm a fan.
Because
No,
if that's being a fan, I don't want it.
no, mm-mm. No, you.
Attacking someone, living on Twitter all day, not having a life, but
Mm,
devoting your life to them, that's a fan. I don't want to be part of it.
thank
No.
you. Yeah,
I
like
got bills to pay. I got stuff
and
to
guess
do.
what? These celebrities are not going to pay the bills for you. So,
They're
No.
not. And like stan culture is very toxic now. Like it's very toxic.
oh my gosh, speaking of toxic, social media. Like,
Yes.
not to change the topic, but I saw a video on Shade Room earlier or whatever. It was like of these two twins that are YouTubers, and they got into it with somebody at a seafood restaurant. And at the end of the video, they were like, "Oh, you can't be in our video. You ain't gonna get no clout off of us." Blah blah blah. And I'm like looking at how people
What?
can get so big headed based off of having a following on social media. You start to belittle other people. You start to treat them as if they're less than you because you have a platform. But guess what? It's like the same way. I think who said it? I don't know. Somebody said something.
Is it
Um,
called a God complex?
yeah, to me, I think that's what it is. And a lot of people have it now based off of how social media works now. Like,
Yep.
there's somebody said to me, "You don't know me? You don't know who I am? I'm TikTok famous." And I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. I don't care. So yes, Nikki, when she was originally came out, I used to watch her on Smack DVDs. I forgot what they were called. There was like these DVDs that would come out, people in the hood that would record them rapping, and Nikki used to have her like little music videos. I used to love that Nikki, like the
Yeah.
authentic, raw hood Nikki. She was dope as fuck.
Yeah. I love me some mixtape Nikki. I loved mixtape Nikki.
Yeah. But then, when you become Hollywood, you change. Like, and
Yeah.
that goes for a lot of people. But you notice how Cardi B hasn't?
No.
You notice that? And
Yeah,
you
she's
notice
still
how,
her.
She's still
yes. And you see how little Kim is so humble.
Lil
There's a
Kim is
lot.
still the same Lil Kim.
Oh my gosh, Remy Ma, she's a hood, humble chick too. Oh, you see how Nicki Minaj went and got that radio show, and I think a lot of people started to get irritated with celebrities. Like, dude, why do celebrities have YouTube channels now? Why do celebrities have to have blogs now? Leave it to us random people that want to like started this stuff, and now they're hopping on everything. I was irritated with the Nicki Minaj being on the radio because it was like, what is this? This is all about her. This the entire. It, I don't know. She would just be ranting, and yelling, and it just made me think of somebody that just needs to have attention on them at all times.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, question.
Hmm.
What are some of songs by any of these female artists that you all love still or like? Nicki
Um,
Minaj, for me, it's Looking Ass.
like, well, all the new female rappers right
Anyone.
now. Um, well, that's well. I'm really starting to bump Tomorrow too a lot with Cardi and Glorilla, and I've also been bumping that Ungrateful with Meg Thee Stallion or Pressurelicious. I also like Pressurelicious too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But Tomorrow too, I've been bumping a lot. Like Tomorrow too, like that's all I've been like rapping in my head. So yeah, Tomorrow too.
And for me, I think that's the only song that's stuck in my head because I keep hearing it nonstop. And I actually do like it. And unfortunately, I can't think of any songs names because it's just I don't know. I don't ever since back in 2000s when we lost all our good music, I don't really care to know the names of songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
I'm the
like
same.
I just if I hear them, I hear them. You know what I mean? But I don't like that. I'm sorry, but I don't understand the hype about you thought I was feeling you. You thought I was feeling you.
That's my favorite song. I meant to bring that up.
Listen,
Munch with
listen,
Ice Spice right now.
listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, it's a bop. Okay, it's a bop. It's a bop. I get it. I get it. But I don't understand how the song is 3 minutes long and it's literally repeating this the what you call it
The
The
chorus.
chorus.
the chorus. What it's like it's too easy for me. Yes, I bop my head to it and everything, but I I don't get it. This is what it is. This is all you got to do.
You know what? I feel like she has a while to like grow because Ice Spice is still kind of like an upcoming artist. So
She
like
got
she's
another
still
song that's
yeah, she got
pretty good. No,
another
she got
yeah.
another song that's pretty good. I'm surprised that didn't make that like big. I guess you thought I was feeling you. It's better because it's a song that gets people hype and it
Yeah,
just
she's talking about like Munch, you know, dude being a Munch and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's more of a club
It's
banger.
contra- it's kind of controversial too. Like I know a lot of men probably get pissed whenever that song comes on because
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I get it. Hollywood or whatever the music industry would hop on something that's controversial.
Oh yeah, blessings. I think it's Nirvana. That Lakia is hard right now. Lakia is doing her thing. Lakia,
Oh,
Latto, of course.
you know who's probably next? Dochi.
Dochi, yeah, I heard Dochi's really good. I gotta get into Dochi more. Yeah.
Yes, she has. Listen, I wish I could tag you on a post that I just saw of her. I saved it because it's so dope. It's her. She's wearing a green outfit. It's Dochi. It's like a bright whatever. Just type in her name on Instagram. You'll probably see it. She's wearing a green outfit with like this scarf thing around her neck. Listen to that. She's fire. She kind of sounds like a Doja Cat.
Yeah. And she's really pretty. Really
Yeah,
pretty.
she's dope as hell. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I want authentic music and I want the female rap artists to kind of unite like they did back in the day with Ladies Night. Like
Yes.
I don't understand the beef. I don't get it.
Yeah, I just wish everybody it would just be so dope to have a ladies' night again and we just have all the main girls that's really like doing it. Like it would be so fun. It would just be so fun. Like
Good
Yeah.
visuals too with it.
yes, the
Yo,
visuals, imagine especially if Cardi was like the director.
yo, guess what? You know what a great visual would be? To remake the exact same music video using the same
Oh
hairstyles,
yes.
and the same colors, the
Oh
same
yes.
background, everything.
Imagine the cameos. Perfect.
Man.
Yo, that shit would be so dope.
Bahamas or something like that. Oh man.
Yes.
No,
Tropical.
I would love to see that video and have Megan Thee Stallion
Y'all,
in it.
y'all, it is 3 a.m. in my country. I have work tomorrow, so I hate to break up this little meeting.
Oh,
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh
But
no,
I've been
Camille,
listening to y'all.
thank you for
But
having us,
now
Camille.
I
Thank
gotta
you.
go. Okay.
I wanted to say I love you two so much. I've been watching you guys for the longest. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, Camille. Keep doing what you're doing, sweet mama. I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much. And Camille, it was such a pleasure to spend our time with you tonight. And thanks for giving us a voice.
Definitely.
I remember in the height of the Tasha K stuff, we used to talk a lot, and then everybody just kind of got busy with life. So it was great to catch up with you all again.
Girl, it was such an amazing experience just to be here talking to you. But I do keep up with you. It's just that you delete your videos, girl. So,
I will leave this one up. This was fun.
okay, girl. Have a
I'll try
great
to go
night and
live.
have a great day at work. It
Okay,
was a
you
pleasure
guys have
talking
a
to
good
you
day
guys on
tomorrow.
here.
Have an
Bye
amazing night, everyone.
bye.
Oh,
You
you too. I hope to
too.
see you again. Both of you that's on the bottom of here. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, I'm
I'll
always
Yes, of
here.
course.
I'll, I'll try to do a late night live tomorrow after work. And y'all can just I'll bring on whoever wants to talk, and y'all can just chat.
Yay,
Yes.
thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one, guys.
Night
You all
night.
as well. Good night.
Night.
Bye.